All right, guys, welcome to Spurs Rescheduled TV. Sorry for that. On, I hope you guys are doing well. Surprise, it's going to be a bit early in the start since I'm sitting down here watching the F1 before F1 starts, right? Yeah, this is my first F1 watch along, or I'll say watch party nowadays for F1, right? We're in a new era, right? Coming into this at the moment. With new rules, new changes. We had already had 3 races, and of course, sorry to say, the race in the Middle East was, cancelled, right, due to things that were happening there. Big up, big up. Tottenham therapy. Yep, it used to be Doctor Tottenham therapy, was it? But now, that's good. That's good. Hope you guys are doing well. F1. Let's get back to the F1, right? New changes, totally new car, engine, variations, right? Mixed with electric power now, right? So, and the balance of the engine, of the electric power engine and the combustion engine, it's, how you say, 50-50 now. So it plays a hell of a big part, because when they use the electrical boost, it gives them extra 450 horsepower. Oh, sorry, 350 horsepower. No, 450 horsepower. 350 kW or something like kilowatts. Yeah. Right. And the race became more technical. Right. Some of the drivers are saying it's more like a video game. Max wasn't happy about it, complained. Since there was these hiatus, right, in F1 because of the situation. So they went and had a deliberation, made some few tweaks, stopped the super clipping for the qualifying race or something like that. And for safety wise, they made the power boost somehow. So there's a certain special ratio just for safety wise, because I think that was due to the Oliver Bierman accident, right? Because one car was going slower than the other, and they hit at a very bad condition. So the sprint race was yesterday, right? It was a 1-2 for McLaren. I was surprised, right? McLaren getting a 1-2, right? I don't know. Maybe that could be their consolation or something for them. Okay. So now they get some more points. So we go into the qualifyings. McLaren falls back. Mercedes comes back up, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Verstappen is second. So I guess he should be happy. I guess he's saying the car is starting to feel, he's got more confident in the car that he's driving and how he can push it, right? So, and today the race has been pushed forward, if I'm not mistaken, not backward, pushed forward, brought forward because of the weather predictions. So now the race is going to start in about 16 minutes time, right? I'm having a screen in front of me, and now F1 has turned into a I don't know, cinematic show or some kind of, right? I'm seeing one of the commentators, pundits, right, walking around talking to all the celebrities, right? F1's got a celebrity power, we call support now, right? Or I guess it's just all advertising. Yeah, DJ Khalid was there just now, right? Okay, now they're singing the American national anthem, and all those who are American, please stand up. Right, I'm not American, I'm Malaysian, so I'll be sitting down. But it's a nice, America's got a nice national anthem. Yeah, the truth. Yeah. It's got meaning, it's got feeling, and all that. But nationality. But all right, guys, back to the F1. Right. I think the front row is Antonelli and Verstappen. Then the second row, I don't know. I'm going to check. I didn't have time to check too, but I'll read you the I call it the lineup, or the positionings. Right. You know that Antonelli is on pole. Russell is 6th or something like that. Hamilton is 5th. Leclerc is 3rd. All right. And there's also an issue with this. I've been watching, right? The first 3 F1s, they are starting issues. Some of the cars don't click on time or something. It causes them not to start in sync. and that's turned out to be dangerous too. So I think they've done something to that too. So yeah. So I think the pickup boost has been controlled in the start of the race. And you see a B-52 bomber fly across over the top. B-52. That's a drink. Guys, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, you watched me put one of the videos for the street party that I went to with the missus. All right, big up. And of course, oi, big up guy. You got a link. All right, you can pop on later. I don't know whether we'll be having a positive chat later for the Spurs game or not, but I'm going to enjoy the Formula One race. Guys, to tell the truth, right, I usually do this Formula watch-alongs or watch party with an old friend of mine. Yep, Steven. Yeah, he's passed. All right, so I think 2 years now, 3 years. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's hope all's doing well. Yeah. Man, Manju, yeah, hope you're doing well. Manju, hope you're doing well. Let me know whether you're an F1 fan or you're a Spurs fan now. The Spurs fans will come on later, right? I'm not sure how many of you guys are in the chats are F1 fans. Please type it, right? If you guys are F1 fans, ask me questions. Maybe I can help you out. If you're new at this too, right? I don't know. I've met a few new F1 fans trying to learn about sports and all that. But this season, I'm learning about sports too, right? And guys, hopped on. Let's see whether he can click on or not. Nope, still can't see his picture.
Can you hear? Yeah, no, because I'm just using my new laptop and I haven't installed all of the images and stuff, bro. How you doing, bro? What's news, bro? What's news?
What news of? Are you into Formula One?
No, bro. I just watch. I watch. I used to watch the Formula One commentator on YouTube, the Mohawk guy. You know, the Mohawk guy that takes the piss. Was it like Red Mohawk something? But yeah, he's not been doing a lot of content on F1. So, what's his name?
Big up, Miss Melissa. Big up. Right? Yeah, guy from the salute. Yeah, I heard you had a good show on Danielist with Mani yesterday.
Oh, bro. That's it. Rocket-powered Mohawk. If you know him, he's a goat. But yeah, no, it was fun, bro. I was pissed off my brain, bro. I was also like having smokes and shit, so.
And we're live, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. I was saying, I was smoking cigarettes, bro. I was smoking a lot of cigarettes, bro. It was fun, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, it was fun because like we did.
I had a fun night on Friday night, Saturday morning. I had a fun night too with the missus. You remember?
Oh, nice,
I was in the street party. You didn't watch my video? I said.
Oh yeah. Oh, was that you? I didn't know that when it was actually you that recorded that. I was like, oh, cool. I thought it was just some news that you found. Oh, nice, bro. What was it? Was it just like what was it? Was it like F1 related or what was it, bro?
Nah, it's water festival related, you know.
Oh.
Malaysia is doing their Visit Malaysia year, right? So on the 1st of May, they had it's called the Rain Rave Festival or something like that. I mean, it was okay.
Oh, okay. Because in London, we have the May Day communist thing, don't we? Where like loads of people start marching and like sometimes they loot shit and stuff. May Day and stuff. But yeah, bro. Apart from that, honestly, like just it was crazy because yesterday, obviously, it went on stream and then like someone tried to tell me that I shouldn't pay tickets to watch my team, and I was like, okay, that's not going to fly with me because you know what I'm like. And then I didn't know that Danielist was streaming, and then we all kind of migrated onto the Danielist show where we just brought the shit show, bro. It was fun, bro. To be honest, if you were to ask me, do you remember any of that show, like from the Danielist onwards, I would say, no, I do not. I do not remember. So it's all up there. It's all up there for everyone to remember apart from me, bro, because I ended up drinking, like 8 liters of cider, bro. It was not good.
8 liters of cider. My God, bro, you're the new Sean Butler.
I know, bro. Yeah. I know. Because what I accidentally did. You know what I accidentally did? Because I bought some cider, 6%, by the way, chat. None of that 3% stuff. We're talking about proper cider here. And I did not know I ordered another box of it, like another 4 boxes of it, until they turned up the next day. I was like, well, I might as well drink it now it's here, right? And then
but why did you all at the same time? Oh,
yeah,
not all at the same time, bro. Right?
Yeah, dude. I don't mind, bro. Look, I can. Look, at the end of the day, I'm quite happy putting on some pounds, if you know what I mean, because I'm a skinny fucker. So I'm quite happy putting on some pounds. I'm trying to find my avatar, bro.
Just enjoy yourself and don't hurt people and don't hurt yourself. That's
exactly, bro. Yeah. Then Then I had some friends come over that were West Ham fans, and that was fun.
They must be pissed off.
Yeah, they're fucking fuming, bro. They're not happy, bro. They're not happy. Let me open image in new tab. Oh, I've got my avatar, bro. Check this. I'm just saving it now. Yeah, this is a brand new laptop, people. Brand new laptop. New laptop, new me, bro. Here we go. I found it. Look at this. Downloads, bro.
New you and new Spurs. All right, guys. The Formula 1 is going to start soon. 8 more minutes before the race starts, right?
Yeah, so they got 8 more. There you go. 8 more minutes. Who's actually racing, bro? Hey, Melina.
Okay. Big up Miss Melina, yeah.
Because the last time I checked, Lewis Hamilton was racing for Ferrari, bro.
Yeah, he's gone to Ferrari now.
Yeah,
in his second season.
To Ferrari, yeah. Yep.
Second season in Ferrari, but still behind Leclerc, and he's slowly building up something. Let's hope he can get a good race, right?
Cool. Are Ferrari still forgetting to use intermediate tires when it rains? Because for some reason they don't like to do that, do they?
Yeah, and they're predicting rain today, bro.
Oh, cool. So Ferrari are going to do Ferrari things and just going out on dry tires, bro. It's going to be great.
Let's see what happens then. Right?
Hey, is that Nepo baby? Is that Nepo baby Lance Stroll still racing? Lance Stroll, you know, the guy that bought his way
to
F1.
Yes, he's racing for now it's Aston Martin. Right.
Oh, his dad didn't buy the team then. Did his dad not buy Aston Martin then?
The dad bought the team and bought Aston Martin.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know my F1 inside and out, but I know the memes, bro. I know all of the memes, bro.
Yeah.
Like I say, clamshelling it into the barriers and stuff, man. I don't know. How many laps?
You met the Miss Melina. I've known Miss Melina for a long time. Manny was on the show too. So what was all that about?
Oh, I didn't know, bro. Dude, Dan just sent me the link, bro. So I was like, yeah, I'll go on the show. Why not, bro? I was like, why not, bro?
Yeah, he put the link in one of the group chats. I had a look at it's too early.
Yeah. It was pretty much like it was because I was on with Tottenham Therapy in it. Big up Tottenham Therapy in the chat, Anthony, brother. And we did that, bro. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna down another pint. So I downed another 2 pints, and then realized Dan was live with Deathly and Anthony, and I was like, oh, I'm joining on there. I'm getting in on this, brother. Let's go. It's not a party without Guy from the lane. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, especially when he can't remember what he said after that.
Fuck knows, bro. Hopefully,
haven't you watched it back?
Dude, I don't watch my shows back. Are you mad? I don't want to remember it.
I don't know why. I don't even watch my shows back. I don't know why.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing. I hardly ever do.
What I'll do is just to check my camera quality, and then I'm done, bro. Then I'm done. Talking about camera quality, how good is this camera? That's not bad, you know. Oh, tired, bro. Right, that's from
the laptop.
Yeah, that's from my new laptop. Oh, man.
Good quality.
I'm supposed to be going to the pub, bro. I was like, no, I'm not going to do my hair, man. Look. Just going to go to the pub like this, go crazy face, bro.
I know. So you must have had a very bad hangover then.
I don't get hangovers. I just get tired, man. I was supposed to do Jens's stream this morning, but I didn't wake up. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bro.
I know. All right, the race is
But-
starting soon.
All right, cool. Right, you enjoy the race, bro, in the vroom vrooms. Oh. Before the race starts, what's your thoughts on this virtual racing thing that these drivers do? You know, they've got the simulators and stuff. What do you think about that kind of stuff?
I think it's screwing them up, right? Because when you do the virtual, it's not the real thing. It
Really?
can kind of mimic it, right? And it's for them to learn the balance, right? So I don't know. Technology for F1 has gone so far ahead. You know, it's like operating a bloody what called space cruiser or some shit like that.
Yeah, bro. Well, I look. I can't drive. I can't actually drive. I've got a provisional license, but I've taken 3 lessons in my life, and I hate driving. Right. So, here's the thing. I find it just funny, bro. The memes when they get disconnected from the server, bro, they get like proper aggy, bro. It's like almost like someone chopped off their nuts or something. You know what I mean? Or like poured beans into their lap. All right, bro. You enjoy the race. I'm gonna go to the pub, meet some friends.
Yep, and then
Have
we'll
fun,
talk
bro.
about life. Yep, have fun too.
Oh
Don't
yeah, we're
drink too
fucking
much.
losing, bro.
Don't drink too much.
Oh, that's always gonna happen, bro. That's always gonna happen. Big up, chap. Big up, Eugene. Speak to you soon, bro.
All right, take care. All right, back to race. There are like what? How many corners? Okay. Soft, medium, hard. Inter and wet available for today because rain is predicted. So let's see how exciting this race is going to be. All right, guys, but I may be a bit behind. Right, if you guys have started first, right, let's enjoy this together now. Formula One, the starting grid. Yeah, let's look at this. 21st, 22nd, Portoletto, Haja. Okay. 1920 is Bottas and Perez. Okay, these are all old veterans on there. 17-18 is, of course, Alonso and Stroll. Yep, that's what Guy was talking about. Alex Albon is 15. Lindbauer is 16, right? Rookie seasons. It's having quite a good race. Carlos Sainz, Esteban Ocon, can say quite veteranish. Sainz has done a lot of races. Liam Lawson and Oliver Bowman. These are 2 youngsters, right? 11 and 12. 2 youngsters, all right? Then comes Gasly and Hulkenberg. Yeah, these guys have been around before, have experience. PS3 and Colapinto, these 2 are youngsters too, right? But PS3 is supposed to be driving a McLaren, so it's supposed to be better. Then 5th and 6th is Russell and Hamilton. Okay, these, we know Russell and Hamilton, of course, all of us know that. 3rd and 4th is Leclerc is 3rd, Norris is 4th. All right, this is going to be an interesting one. Antonelli is 1st, Max is in 2nd. Pole position has gone back to Mercedes, but the cars are all mixed up. This is going to be interesting, right? Rain is predicted. That is the exciting part of the race. Right, actually, to tell you the truth, right? Crashes are the exciting part of the race, but nowadays, yeah, the spectacular is dangerous, right? My most memorable crash is the one that, who was it? The one that caught fire. The guy was stuck in the flames for like 3 to 5 seconds. My gosh, that was real life drama. And he made it out. He made it out, right? And luckily the technology was good enough, right, that he was wearing proper suits, fireproof suits. All right. Tire warmers are getting off. We're gonna have the warm-up lap. Guys, and sometimes the warm-up laps cause problems too, right? So let's see what's happening. You can mess it up. Let's see how far it's gonna go. It looks a bit dark, right? So maybe the clouds are coming in. And when they say it rains, it's gonna pour. And that's why they push the race up to 1 a.m. Malaysian time, right? And if I'm not mistaken, that's 1 p.m. Miami time. All right, medium tires on every single car of the grid, right? Tech Heuer is the new sponsor. Last season was Formation lap coming in. And it started. And you're getting slowly. Verstappen is a bit slow. If Verstappen doesn't move, the rest can't move. Here it comes. And usually formation lap is how they generate heat into the tires and to maintain that heat, right? Because you have to wait for the rest of the cars to line up, right? So you'll be sitting there and your tires are losing heat and you lose grip at the front. So you'll see what kind of, that's why there's so much action nowadays in the startup, right? Formula One has really changed, right? With the technology, the screens all over the place. All the sponsors are up there showing off. Just having a pit lane start. And it's going to waste time. Antonelli, and they're slowly going into the last few corners and all that, pushing up all the cars together, coming into the lines, right? And the last push to warm the tires up. Antonelli, Russell, that's the positioning, 75. Leclerc is 55, Hamilton is 43, Norris 33, Piastri 28, Bierman 17. Oh, Bierman is the high time. Lawson, right? Lindblad is up there too. All right, guys. Here they come. The weather radar. Okay, there's rain coming in, but it's dodging the circuit. All right, weekend attendance is sold out. All right. Let's see how Anthony is going to do. There's a record for him to join, right? 3 poles and 3 wins, right? Consecutively. Right? They're warming the tires. They're coming in. Right? This is hell of a slow formation lap. Right? Oh, Jimmy Fallon is there too. Yep. Celebrities. All right. They're lining up. The cars are coming in. What's Max doing? Kimi's doing. We're having a view from Max helmet cam. Cars are still coming in, bro. Sellout crowd, famous names. All the big show. All right, let's see how it's going to go. Here comes the lights. Here come the lights. Lights out. And we're off. And here comes overtaking. The Ferrari has overtaken all the cars. Oh, no. Oh, everyone's running. Oh, look up. And it is locked up. All right. Big confusion going on there in the first lap, right? Like I told you, big confusion. This is the excitement that we want, right? All I know, I think is Leclerc is in the lead. And what happened to Max Verstappen? Okay, Leclerc is in the lead, I think. All right, the Ferrari's in the lead now. Right, who's coming in next? Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren. Okay. There's damage to Hamilton's car now. Guys, this is so exciting, mate. It's there's so much too much drama. All right, if I'm not mistaken now, here comes Leclerc. Then the Mercedes behind is Russell. All right, Hamilton is taking his place. Max. Oh, Max is cutting through it. Look at that. Oh, no. They're all in the line. Oh, Verstappen gets it. All right, Leclerc, Antonelli, Norris, Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Colapinto, Lawson, and Verstappen. All right. Let's see what's happening now. Damage in the front wing. Who's got in the pits? Hulkenberg goes in the pits. Nose change. But the stewards will be having a look. There'll be a lot of drama going on up there. Right? I guess there'll be some penalties out. But I think Leclerc had a great run through. Right? He avoided all the drama. And he just went straight through. All right. Leclerc has about 1 second lead on Antonelli. Norris, right? Guy could be, my God, Guy predicted this, right? Ferrari is going to take the lead, right? Big up, Eva, man. Yeah, I'm so sleepy now. Go and take a nap, right? The match is at an hour's time or so. Oh, yeah, talking about the match, right? I need to find out what's the lineup like. Shit. Hold on, guys. All right. Let me see. Any lineups coming up yet on WhatsApp chat? All right, the lineups are up. Pinsky, Danso, Palini, Atel, Udogi, Gallagher, Pedro Porro, Bentancur, VDV, Moani. All right, Tell is coming. Richarlison is coming. Palini is playing. Udogi, Gallagher, Bentancur. All right, here comes the lineup. All right, the stewards are having a look at all kinds of collisions and all that. Like I was saying before, right? Antonelli's catching up on Leclerc, right? Norris is falling behind, fastest at the moment, right? With Russell about a second or two behind, right? Piastri is there too. Hamilton is there too, right? But Colapinto, Verstappen is catching up, right? Verstappen is catching up. All right, Verstappen is catching up. We're going to do the banners, Gokinski, VDV, right? Edit this now. And so I think Spence is out. All right, and put Udogi there. All right, I guess Porro, Bentancur, Gallagher, Bissumer is out. If I'm not mistaken. And then Paulini is in. All right, Zavi is out. Tell goes in. Zavi's out. So Tell comes in. Solanke out. And Richie is back. All right, guys, this is our lineup. If you're not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4. All right. Stops. All right, Antonelli is caught up. All right. Antonelli is attacking Leclerc now. He's caught up to him. Let's see how things are gonna go, right? Norris is just sitting back, right? Let's see, let them do all the work. And he's going to take advantage, but okay, here comes Antonelli, overtakes. Oh, look at that. Can he get the job done? Antonelli's overtaken Leclerc. All right, Antonelli is overtaken Leclerc, bro. There goes, right? But the battery, here comes Leclerc. No, he stays ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc couldn't get up to him. Didn't have enough battery power. All right. Let's now go back to the subs. Austin Dragons in Bisuma, Madison. Madison is still there. Gray, Bergvall, Spence, Thaw, and Souza. All right. Austin, Drag, to Sin. All right, Leclerc's taking back the lead. All right, Leclerc's taking back the lead. And that's brought Norris closer to Antonelli. So this is going to be a good race, right? 3 vying for the first spot. And they are racing. Look at that. Here they come. How are they going to save their power now? That's the thing, right? It's become so technical, right? Now this is your, okay. Haja is out. I guess safety car is coming out. If safety car is coming out, guys, if the car goes into the wall, Norris get past Antonelli. Norris has overtaken Antonelli. All right, all the cars, virtual safety cars kicked in. Oh, Gasly. What the hell was all that about? His car is hanging in the air. Gasly. Woo. Spence. Who was all right, we have a slight pause at the moment because the safety car. No, now it's going to, okay, Gasly's out, Hadja is out, right? Safety car deployed. Now we're waiting for the safety car. All right, Dragons in. Okay, Bisuma, Madison, Gray, Bergvall, Spence, Sa. Okay, Souza. Okay, there's no A there. There's no A there. Souza. Then you got this. Suma. Yeah. Okay. All right. Gallagher is not even there. What happened to Gallagher? Gallagher is playing. All right. Okay, I forgot Gallagher's in the first team. Mattis, Gray, and Bergvall. All right. Mattis, Gray, and Bergvall. That is Gray. Bergvall. Oh, Lawson is the one who tips him over. Oh. Get tipped over that. Spence and Sa. I guess so it's Sa. All right, Sa. The last one is Sa. All right, I saved that. All right, these are the lineups and the subs. Right. Big up, Khalid. Big up. Right. If you want to join me, let me know. I'll send you the link. I'm doing the F1 now. Khalid is Mr. K. All right, old friend. Spurs. Brother. Okay. All right, Antonelli goes off. But Leclerc came straight out from nowhere and Antonelli slips over. Oh. Max Verstappen spins. Oh, no. Look at that. Max gets. And then, oh, the Ferrari comes out inside him. He spins. Okay, Max said he's sorry. Max makes a mistake. He spins around and he got damn lucky about it. He gets smashed into. Oh, Leclerc avoided two cars coming at him like that. And he went straight out. Good move from him. Norris comes over and he's been blocked. All right. Oh, that's when Max turns like that. Oh, he having a scuffle with Leclerc coming over. Colapinto on the inside, Colapinto that smacked onto Max and Lawson. Sainz coming up the 9th place. All right, there's been, Max being overly aggressive again, right? That's why sometimes I love Max Verstappen. He just drives, he doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. All right, Jar comes in, and then he gets pinged by clips the wall. Oh, yeah, there goes the tire. Yep. Hajar clips the wall. Yeah. Safety car is out. Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli, Russell, Piastri, Hamilton, Colapinto, Albon, Sainz, Bierman, Ocon, Perez, Leto, Stroll, Verstappen, Alonso, Bottas, Hulkenberg. Verstappen's gone back down to 16. What happened that he went and did a pit stop? Hulkenberg is in the pits too. 3 cars are out now. Lawson, Gasly, and Hajar. Hulkenberg is in the pit too. So he could be coming in, or not. He's out. Hülkenberg is out too. 4 cars are out now, guys. We're just down to about 18 cars. All right, rain is coming in about 20 minutes time, right? That will change the dynamic of the whole race. So if the rain comes and Leclerc is arriving there first, he's effed. I think Ferrari's got some kind of curse with rain, right? You're just there to take them out. All right, guys, F1 now, right? 121. Right, being a Spurs fan, 39 more minutes to come, right, to see whether we're going to frigging survive this. Oh, survive this, right? But when the Spurs game starts, I'm going to do a changeover, right, and put the F1 on a smaller screen and all that, so guys, bear with that, right? Oh, there's one more banner I need to do, right? Up, that's done. This one. Let's hope I remember to change that. Safety car still running around. No one's gone into the pits. All of them are on mediums, so I guess they're all going to just get on with it. Rain is coming in 20 minutes, right? Hopefully that'll be getting more exciting. Be right back. All right, Mr. K. Catch up with you soon. All right, safety cars coming in end of this lap, so that we're going to start racing again at lap 12. Lap 12. That's when Leclerc will take over after the safety car comes in. It slow down the pack. He needs to find some way to break away from the rest of the guys. Hopefully he's saving the battery, or he's going to use his battery now or not, right? To go get, try to get away. And of course, the rest of the guys behind him are going to use their batteries too, right? To chase up and get a position up, right? How the hell did Verstappen end up 16? Did I miss that? I thought he was getting all the way up. Or he had a kerfuffle with another driver somewhere along the way. All right, Leclerc has the pack all just behind him now. They're all lining up, deciding when to go. All right. So let's see how it goes now. He's slowing it all them down. He's not going until the start line. What is his plan now? He's going too slow now. He's going fast now. Is he picking it up now? Yep, he's picked it up. All right, he's got a bit of a jump. Should survive this. Comes in. All right, here comes in. All right. Piastri. Here comes Hamilton. Russell stays ahead. Overtake enable. So they're allowed to use their extra power they've saved. But somehow or another, Hamilton's been held back because of the damage on his car. He's lost a big chunk of it. Let's see how it goes. Colapinto's putting Hamilton under pressure. Young man from Argentina. Still the same, no change. Russell's been complained for driving dangerously. All right, Leclerc's still in the lead, 0.5 ahead of Norris. Norris chasing up with Antonelli right behind, pulling away from Piastri, Russell, and Hamilton. Here he comes. Does he? No. Norris is saving up. I guess they're saving up battery power now. And Norris is having the fastest lap again. All right. Tense race unfolding here, right? Tense race unfolding here. Verstappen's already up to 13th. All right, he's picking up, making his way toward the cars. Norris cuts. Oh, Norris overtakes Leclerc. Norris has overtaken Leclerc. Now Antonelli is coming up to Leclerc. Full strat mode. All right, Antonelli's overtaking, taking Charles. Yep. All right, Antonelli's overtaken. Now he's become second. Here comes Leclerc. Leclerc overtakes back. Yep, Leclerc gets it back. But can Antonelli get it back? No, Leclerc retakes back the position. That is big up, Ellie, big up. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing Formula One whilst waiting for the Spurs game to start. Hope you're doing well, Ellie. Yep, in it out and come on, you Spurs. Yep. Oh, we need to change the banner now. Oh man. I edit now. Antonelli is still defending. Yeah. So Antonelli's back up in the second place again. All right, Antonelli's back up to second again. So it's Kimi. Someone Norris is up in front now, right? McLaren is back, baby. McLaren is back. This one. Yep. Norris, yep. Behind is still PS3. Oh, PS3 is going up to 4. Man. Russell and Hamilton in very close proximity. So Hamilton overtake. Hamilton can't overtake, right? He's got some shot. The recall. His bodywork is damaged. Bodywork is damaged. Yep. Love Formula One. Yep. Used to do hospitality. Yep. And family. Yep. Business with my brother. Oh. Yeah, we entertain major companies and CEOs. Yeah. Formula One, right? Yep. I'm not sure whether you're following the Formula One this year, Ellie. Right? Engine change, right? Electric and combustion units, right? Yellow flag is out somewhere now. Norris is still ahead. He's taking a 2-second lead on Antonelli. Okay, Leclerc is dropping back. All right, Leclerc is dropping back. Yeah, we still have the company, but we only do British and Monaco. Okay. Oh. Monaco is nice, Ellie. Right? Monaco is nice. And of course, the British Home Grand Prix is nice too. Silverstone. All right, Verstappen is slowly climbing back up. He's up to 10th now. All right. Verstappen has got some sort of speed limit infringement. Let's see what happens. Oh. Albon and Verstappen having a battle there. What's going on with Leclerc? But Verstappen gets the spot. He's moved up to 9 now. And all right, Leclerc gets back. Leclerc and PS3 is here. And Ellie says we do all the what? Packages that include tickets, a 4-course meal, and meet and greet driver of their choice. Wow, that's nice. when is the rain coming in? Right, that is going to throw a spanner to everything. Here comes, yeah. Norris is slowly inching away from the rest of the pack. But Piastri is chasing up to Leclerc, right? Okay, Verstappen is climbing up. All right. That's a replay. All right, still the same. Norris and Kimi, Leclerc, Piastri, Russell, and Hamilton. All right, that's the top 6 running round. No wonder Leclerc is having problems. His tires are going. All right, rain is coming in 2 to 3 minutes. Oh no, 2 to 3 laps. So 5-6 minutes. But Leclerc has got no choice, right? The Ferrari is not keeping the tires well, right? While the McLaren is keeping the tires well. So Lando's going faster. Well, Leclerc has really dropped off. Where's Verstappen now? Verstappen has gone up to 8th and he's chasing after Colapinto. All right, that's going to be a nice battle there. All right. All right, the track temperature is dropping. All right, Verstappen is going to get his penalty after the race. And the penalty Verstappen is going to get, right, is going to be after the race, right? And why can't they give it to him now? That's been told, right? So, why? The rules are being bent again for Verstappen. That's why Stephen hated him so much. Yeah, rest in peace, Stephen. Yeah. He'll be screaming, "All hell break loose!" Shit. All right. Norris is pulling away, and so is Antonelli, just leaving Leclerc there, and Piastri chasing after him. Russell's chasing after him. Hamilton's chasing after him too. There comes Colapinto and Verstappen. And this is going to battle, right, guys? Russell is boxing. Verstappen takes Colapinto. Max Verstappen is being looked into again. All right, PS3 is catching up to Leclerc. Yeah, but Hamilton is, has bodywork issues, right? Yep, Ellie, 19 minutes to kick off. I know, 18 minutes here. 18 minutes to kick off. Yep. I'll change over about 5 minutes time before kickoff to the football side and put the F1 onto a smaller screen. Leclerc's got a box too. The rain is coming in, but Leclerc's got to take this, right? If his tires can't do it anymore, right? All right, Leclerc's dropped back to 11. Russell's past Leclerc. All right, Leclerc's lost out. Maybe very light rain, turns 7 and 8, very light rain. All right, let's see how that goes. All right, Antonelli, they're climbing up again. All right, guys, time to take away this banner because the game is going to start soon. All right. 15 more minutes before the game starts. Leclerc's overtaking Albon. All right, where the radar's coming in. All right, Russell takes Bierman, and here comes Leclerc. Possible rain coming in, right? Let's see what happens now. Turn 7 and 8. All right, here comes Leclerc. Leclerc cuts out, takes Bierman. Let's see who's going to touch 7 and 8 when the rain comes in. Logically, it should be Norris, right? But sometimes it's a weird thing, right? It's getting darker and darker. Okay, next time, make decision. All right. Right. All right, Russell can't clear Albon. And Leclerc is coming. All right, let's see whether Russell can take Albon. Yeah, he gets past Albon. All right, they're still trying to predict when the rain is coming in, so it is what it is what it is. All right, rain is coming in, and Leclerc is overtaking Albon too. This is the first round of rain, right? They expect a wet race later on. Norris is about 2.5 seconds in front, up in front. Okay, Verstappen's gaining on Hamilton. I think Verstappen went into pits, that's why he ended up 16. All right, there's a bit of rain coming in now. Let's see what happens, right? The rain is coming in, right? The rain is going to be the big factor in this race. All right. Antonelli, about 2 seconds behind. All right, Piastri is way back, about 10 seconds behind. Is the rain coming in? All right, Norris is leading still. All right. All right, Verstappen and Hamilton is fighting it out. All right. The race should last for about 5 laps. All right, 10 more minutes before the game starts. All right. Verstappen takes Hamilton. Antonelli has pitted in second place. All right, the rain hasn't come in yet, so it is what it is, right? Norris is still up ahead. Piastri's 1-2 now, right? Verstappen is third after one pit stop. Hamilton is fourth. Antonelli is fifth after a pit stop. Colapinto is sixth without any pit stops. Russell and Leclerc is after that. All right. All right. Here comes Norris. Okay, and Lando is out. Hamilton is boxing too. Going into the pits. Hamilton comes off. All right, it's a bit slow. Hey, Manny, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Eugene. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing well, doing well. I'm watching the F1 race, right? How's it? Reminiscing my times with Stephen too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I keep telling you, I remember telling you on more than a few occasions, I never really was able to get to grips with the appeal around F1. I mean, I remember watching a little bit of it, but me with my short attention span, you could never try and see me sitting for 2 or 3 or 4 hours in succession watching, cars go around a track. I mean, I don't know if I told you this, but I did not too recently see the movie F1 with Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem. That was pretty good. Enjoyed it a great deal.
To tell the truth, right? I'm an F1 fan. I haven't even watched that movie yet.
You haven't? Well,
haven't.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but you really are gonna enjoy it if you get to watch.
No, if it's based on true history of F1's development during those old days, right? Then, yeah, okay, all right. Norris is taken over. No, Antonelli and Norris having a fight now. Colapinto is fourth. Okay, Russell and Leclerc has gone up to 6 and 7. Piastri is just coming out now. Right. All right, guys, soon I'll be changing over to the football side. Just hold on. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back, Manny.
Yeah, you take your
time. Let me know what's your thoughts, right? Our lineup and what has Unai Emery done any changes, or he's playing a strong team?
No, he has changed quite a few players, but there are still some regulars. Emi Martinez, Matthew Cash, Yuri Tillemans. But it's the ex-United centre-half Lindelof, along with former Villa captain Tyrone Mings in the middle. Ian Matson's coming at left-back. He's brought back Lamare Bojarde. So with Bentancur and Palhinha playing, you might want to target Bogarde. That's what Fulham did successfully at Craven Cottage, and that's what you're going to have to look to do. Emery, his loyalty to certain players who either do well for him or don't is what's going to really harm him. Ross Barkley and Tammy Abraham are there. Barkley in the 10 and Abraham up front. Sancho and Rodgers on the wings. Rodgers needs a rest, and I do not know why he insists on playing the guy. I really don't. And then as far as your lineup is concerned, it's nice to see that you're neither using a back three or a 4-3-3. Gallagher in the 10 might worry me, but we'll see how that pans out. And who's captaining the team today? I don't know. Let me find out. Oh, it's Mings who's captaining.
Mings.
So it's not Martin. Yeah, Mings is captain.
They do have quite a strong team out there then.
Reasonably strong, but some of these guys don't play very frequently. And I'll tell you what, Ross Barkley not being in the Europa League squad for Villa is a disgrace. That guy really comes in and lends a lot of bite to proceedings.
All right, Ross Barkley. Okay, let's get to the Spurs stream. All right, I've got the players in the tunnel. Whilst let me change this to something else.
This doesn't look a very bad team, and I was suggesting to Dan on his stream last night that, teams should now have a blueprint to be able to beat Aston Villa. Press them really hard, prevent them from playing from the back very comfortably. The only problem is you will also need to make sure that you eliminate the mistakes you made when you lost to Villa twice at home this season. First time in the league, second time in the FA Cup. And Palhinha in that midfield, he's going to be key. I'm predicting a 2-1 Villa win, but I wouldn't be surprised if you manage a draw.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But the only thing is that, being a bit deluded, we need to actually win this.
I know.
Here it comes. Right.
Mickey Van der Van, Mickey Van der Van. Always and forever, the real hero of your Europa League triumph.
Yeah. The back kick thing, right? Defensive back kick thing. Yeah. That's when the team gave their all, right? And they won something. Kudos on them.
And that's the thing, ENIC is always and forever going to be the root of your problems. Fish rotting from the head down. And we were talking about De Zerbi, and I'll tell you what, I like the way he sounds. I like the way he, takes the pressure off the players. He reminds me a great deal of what the way Ange used to operate. And unlike certain managers, I don't get the feeling that he feels as though he's doing Spurs a favour by coming to the club. Because when you have managers who, at least respect the club and also have a decent tactical sense and awareness, you can earn some success. I know people talk about how Glenn Hoddle loved the club, but I think it's fair to say that his time wasn't exactly very successful. But you had Harry Redknapp, you had Martin Jol, and then, of course, Poch. I just think Conte and Mourinho were ill-fitting choices. And the less said about Nuno, the better, to be honest with you.
Yep, even man, they're out. Most probably you'll be faster than me, right? I've got F1 on one side. Now I've got the game right in front of me, right? I'm just waiting for the rain to arrive in Miami, right? They promised me rain. Let's see what happens. Right?
So Norris is the defending world champion, is he?
Yeah, Norris is the defending world champion, and with the engine change and all the dynamics of power plants and energy saving and battery power and all that. Yeah, so it's a bit confusing.
As far as Lewis Hamilton is concerned, I think he's starting to, show a bit of decline. Seen better days, obviously. He's in 8th right now. I've actually got the live leaderboard right now from BBC One on my screen. But the reason why I've switched this position around is now I can watch television more comfortably without having to turn my back and take a look at the action. So
yeah, I know,
I can go back to doing watch-alongs again.
Yep.
Kolo Muani against Martinez. I think the Frenchman will want some revenge.
Kolo Muani is shit.
What?
Kolo Muani is shit.
I hear you.
Richarlison is semi-shit. Tell is shit. Gallagher is hardworking. Palhinha is good. Bentancur coming back from injury, trying to get into his stride. Porro is erratic. Danso is, bozo moment. VDV is very quiet. I don't know why. And of course, we've got Udogi, who is injury prone again, but luckily we've got Spence, right, to take over. All right. Have you kicked off, Eva Man? What time is it? It's 2 a.m.
No. Eva Man's on the same time as me, and I can tell you that we haven't kicked off yet. Spurs boys are in the huddle. The Aston Villa boys are already ready. Aston Villa look to be attacking from right to left. So from left to right, it's... all right,
Eva Man's kicked off.
Conor Gallagher standing in the middle. And actually, Spurs are attacking from right to left. There's a long pass back to Anton Kinski, who sends it forward. I'm sorry, I'm just getting straight into commentator mode. Forgive me, please.
Oh, no worries. All right, Spurs kicks off, right? You've kicked off, right? Yeah. All right, I've kicked off. Just kicked off. Spurs is wearing yellow. Let's come back this up, right? Don't want no brilliant victory or any shit like that, right? 1-0, 89th minute, slow the game down. Look at that. We are actually just touching the ball, right? It's like if Villa doesn't run to us, we don't care. Look at that. Look at that.
And you can see right now that Tammy Abraham is trying to make a nuisance of himself. It's amazing, really, because if you take a look at this Aston Villa team, Eugene, they've got 12 members of the squad who were there, who have all played under Dean Smith. Several of them going back to the days of 2019 when they got promoted back to the Premiership. Likes of, Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings, John McGinn, Tammy Abraham, Douglas Luiz, and then more and more people joined, the likes of Emi Martinez, Ross Barkley, Lamani Bocharda, Matthew Cash, and that was a dreadful pass there from Martinez. Could put his team in trouble, but Richarlison, that was poor from him.
It's shit, right? So other teams would take advantage of mistakes.
He was hoping to find Barkley, but he didn't pace the pass at all well, and now Martinez has to face the corner.
Well, we do get a corner, right?
Yeah, I'm not too sure why though. I don't know if it came off the might have come off the, I don't know who it came off, to be honest with you, but Maffey's Tell with the corner, right-footed, hoping to maybe swing it in.
Who did come off? No one. But okay, Tell's
it's
got
a
a corner.
high one, and it does look quite dangerous, and that'll be another corner on the other side.
All right, Norwich has taken the lead.
Who's taking the lead?
No.
Oh, Norris. Yes.
No, not yet. No. Norwich hasn't taken the lead. It's PSG is overtaken Russell.
And this guy, Palhinha, he bears a lot of responsibility for wrecking Aston Villa's season with that ugly challenge on Boubacar Kamara in the FA Cup. Yeah. So he's going to be a big threat, mark my words. He will be attacking Lamada Bocharda, not showing any mercy.
All right.
And Emi Martinez gathers it safely, despite Danso's intentions. I'm a little bit surprised that Emery has opted to start Emi Martinez. I would have thought that he would have gone for Marco Bizot, but long pass from Martinez, finds Sancho on the right, and some really good work there up against Udogie. And that's an Aston Villa throw-in. So good work there from the erstwhile Manchester United winger. And
Sancho.
Matthew Cash playing also worries me because he seems to be limping almost a little bit. And in his absence, Villa normally end up shifting Lamana Bocharda to right back or bringing Matthew Cash, Andreas Garcia in. And that throw was a bit too high for Tammy Abraham, but certainly the intention was there, and that'll be a goal kick.
All right, Cash gets a long throw, no?
Hoping to try to get it, but didn't really work. And there you see Ezri Konsa and Ollie Watkins on the bench. Both of those guys are expected to be starting on Thursday back at Villa Park.
All right. F1, Antonelli still in the lead. Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri, and Russell and Piastri is having a fight out for the fifth spot. Interesting.
You know, you very rarely see occasions on the racetrack where, you know, competitors get into fist fights with one another. But I can definitely understand tempers will be rising high.
Oh, Hamilton and Max Verstappen, I think, for 2 seasons nearly went to that level. Yeah.
So basically, Villa just, you know, keeping it calm. There's no hard pressing from Spurs as of yet, but I think they might possibly look to do that a bit later on, maybe once they bring a few subs on. But
we are just right at the moment, right? Happy that we have a point.
Yeah. Danso muscling off Barkley. And it's with Udogie now. Back to Udogie from, I think that was Bentancur, yes. Van der Ven now. And, well, Tell there trying to be a little bit too clever, instead making himself look a bit silly. And then Roberto De Zerbi.
Right? Yeah, he's shit too. So, but we need these shit players to be a bit smarter and a bit more decisive, right?
And the thing about Roberto De Zerbi is that he will have played against Aston Villa quite a few times as Brighton manager. Not without, I mean, they weren't actually able to get their act together at Villa Park, but at the Amex Stadium, they had a couple of wins, I think. So he probably should have done his homework on Villa's players, letting his players know.
But there's one good thing, right? You know, there's one good thing, right? Villa ain't attacking us, you know? Somehow or another, they're like, yeah, they're just like playing it around.
And now that's the thing, like, see, oh, this is great work from Udogie, but has he kept that in? I don't know if he has. Oh, no, the referee says he hasn't kept it in play, and that'll be a goal kick. So, excellent work there down the left. And, you know, Cash is quite vulnerable down the left. Tell and Udogie combining wonderfully, but Udogie just wasn't able to keep it in play.
All right. Richarlison's rolling on the ground again. Antonelli is pulling away from Norris. Verstappen is still there. Leclerc is still there. Piastri is still there. Russell is still there. Hamilton is 7th.
You know, ironically, over here in India, there used to be some really good coverage of the F1, and you had a dedicated audience. But I think since then, people have started to move away from that and more towards, you know, cricket and Premiership and European football. And quite alarmingly, Rogers, they're just allowing the ball to be muscled off him, but Maatsen doing brilliantly to win that back. And pass across to Cash, who will try and work with it if he can, hoping to set Sancho free. Finds Sancho eventually, but not quite as freely. Sancho sending it forward. Abraham to Barkley, and Barkley has to be careful. And Sancho relieves him. Sancho out to Rogers on the left. And that is pretty lazy, really. And that's a consequence of Emery continuing to play Rogers. That fella needs a rest. Who am I? Do something different. Sheesh. I mean, put Harvey Elliott in the squad. Give him some minutes. Do whatever you can.
Harvey Elliott, he's got to play to buy clause or some shit. So, yeah. No, he had a clause that he once he made 10 Premiership appearances, Villa would have had to buy him. Now he can't make 10 appearances, so there's no reason why he can't be picked in the squad. He's in Aston Villa's Europa squad, but even then, Emery doesn't play him over Bailey. And Bailey, maybe he doesn't like him. So, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like him, so.
No, but that's the thing. I see. As a manager, sometimes you've got to learn how to use your best assets. And a long pass there, nearly finding Tell, but Cash able to get back in time. And Lindelof and Cash struggling to get that out, but now the ball is with Bukhada. He's was being attacked by Conor Gallagher. Tielemans blocked.
Tell is shit again.
And
Tell is shit again.
So that's the thing, like, see, Villa are not really helping themselves right now. They look as though they don't really have that much composure with the ball. And that's what happens when you select a core of the team that hasn't really played together.
No, you must understand, Manny. This is a team, right, who is fearing injury because of the next game.
Okay, beautiful pass, hoping to find Sancho, but sadly he can't reach it in time, and that'll be a tough throw. Barkley. You know, once upon a time an England international. Moving to Chelsea really hurt him. Injuries weren't his friend, but he's rejuvenated his career with a spell in France and obviously at Luton. Did well at Aston Villa in his first spell, now back for a second spell. He'd love to earn a Europa League winners medal and get into the Champions League. And hopefully next season, I think he'll have a role to play. But some of these players are going to have to be sold.
Yeah.
And then speaking of players, you mentioned that Gallagher was hardworking, but he is also the highest paid player on your team. So you need more than just hard work from him. Don't you agree?
Of course, right. But the thing is that, right, he's one of the panic buy player kind of thing. So it is what it is, right? How is he going to be more creative and all that? How is he, going to contribute? I guess that's the only way De Zerbi can find a way to unlock him. But if not, it is what it is, right? The players that we needed in January wasn't the Gallagher kind of player, you can say. So, yeah. Right? VDV gets the ball, right? And it goes out wide again. This game is turning to be a...
Yeah, Tyrone Mings now mopping up an attempt. And that's the thing. Villa know that they can now just defend just well enough to make sure they don't concede. But this Villa side also, if you notice, they keep a notoriously high line and they try to set an offside trap. And that trap can be smashed at any given notice. So that's the thing. If you press them hard, they make mistakes.
I know, but the thing is that Spurs are the players intelligent enough to notice that. You can set up, find a way to break it down. Or whether it's De Zerbi's job to tactically, inform them. You know what I'm saying? But the problem at the moment now, like the way I see this game is like this half, right? It's like they're going through this kind of a practice kind of, run.
Long throw from Danso into the penalty area. It's with Gallagher, who takes a shot and bam! And just when you thought that he was a waste of money, he repays his fee in the best possible fashion. You're going to like watching this.
Yep, I know. Oh! Gallagher. If Guy was here, right, he needs to buy a shirt now. But we have to win first. All right, we scored 1-0 first. Woo!
Yeah, and sorry, Eva, man, but that's just me. And see, it all starts from this throw. I think it was Bentancur who sort of gets to it first. And I'm not too sure Emi Martinez will be happy from conceding from that distance. We saw Martin Dubravka concede a similar goal against Leeds United. And
all right, we're up 1-0, right? So it's time to be totally deluded about this.
Yeah, and the worst part is that this is an Aston Villa team that should be looking to secure Champions League football. If they lose today, then confidence will not be high. Yeah, if they lose today, then confidence will not be high. And you can see now they're starting to get rattled.
No, it's still early, bro. We're Spurs, right? Well, I think let's come back this 1-0 win, right? We need you to come back this 1-0 win.
Now you see what's happening. Now you see what's happening. Spurs have now got the momentum. They were pressing hard. The only problem is that now it's a free kick because Richarlison has just fouled Tyrone Mings.
Yeah. We start doing stupid things, right?
No, actually, it's not Richarlison fouled Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, let's say we win this game, right? Scholar Gary, I have to buy his name on the shirt. Yeah. Yeah, he remembered.
Yeah, yeah, but listen, win the game first. And I think Liverpool fans are also going to be happy with this because they lost today at Manchester United. If Villa were to win, they'd go into fourth. They only need to draw to go into fourth anyway. So Villa will obviously be looking at this with great interest. But this is around about that time when...
Right? Guys, don't be too happy, right? It's still early doors. Unless we go out there and score another 2 or 3 more goals, right? You know what I'm saying?
And this is the thing, like now you see that Villa are starting to look exceptionally clumsy. They don't have the composure. And I think Emery is really going to give the team an absolute rollicking.
I don't know. Maybe that's part of the, throwing your games for a trophy.
But then this is why sometimes, you can't help but love watching Aston Villa because, you are going to get some entertainment when they're at their best. And, as an Arsenal fan, I found that out the hard way when we played them at Villa Park. Fortunately or not, I didn't see the match because I was out at a birthday party. But Villa played brilliantly and they deserved their win. The only problem is we made it as difficult as he possibly could for them, and they also struggled a little bit at times. But then that breathlessly late winner from Emi Buendia sent them into raptures, and it literally a bad foul there by Tammy Abraham, and now you can see this team just looks so disjointed. I think there just isn't that cohesion, and this is where Emery really mucks up at times, because he still has to learn how to rotate properly, how to give certain players who need game time more game time, and he's not doing that.
No, to tell the truth, right? It's still right. All right, cracking goal. Yep, cracking goal.
Yeah.
Big up, Jens. Yep, we're up 1-0.
Big up, Jens. Good evening to you, sir.
Yep.
And Matthew Cash trying to send it away, and now that's the thing. Like, now you see about 7 or 8 Spurs players in the Villa half already, so they're starting to get the hang of it. They're starting to get the idea that Villa have got to be, made uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that Udogie-Tell combination on the left. It's giving Matthew Cash a very hard time.
Let's see what happens there. All right.
Yeah. But some great work here, and once again, the defending is desperate. There has to be chance for a shot off the post. Well, I don't know if Emi Martinez got a hand to that, and the offside flag goes up. It probably wouldn't have counted. We're going to take a look at this again, but Palhinha is starting to exert his influence on the game already. Huge long shot, and I think I'm not too sure how you could call an offside there. But did he get a hand to it, the goalkeeper?
I think he
might have,
Yeah, there was a flat sound.
Yeah. So an important save from the World Cup winner there. Wouldn't be happy at being beaten from distance. Now he's got to try and redeem himself. But this is an opportunity for you.
At least but
this is an opportunity for you now, because you're seeing a hole in the center of Villa's lineup. I think Lamane Bakade is really, proving to be a bit of a liability. Sometimes he can do well, but against a more powerful team with Bentancur and Palhinha in that double pivot, you're going to struggle. And that is another reason why, unless Aston Villa improve their squad drastically, they're not going to challenge for any for a league title. But mind you, they could definitely win, some European silverware. I mean, they're still in the Europa League semi-finals, and don't be surprised if they actually improve on last season's excellent run to the Champions League quarterfinals and make the semis or even further.
Let's see how that goes, right? First of all, let's get through this game first for us, right? That's why Aston Villa, at least they've improved hell a lot from where they were 3-4 years ago, right? Look at where we are. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. Under Steven Gerrard, they were absolutely horrible.
Yep.
And Dean Smith also, when he got sacked, I think a lot of the goodwill went with him. But you see now, if Emery doesn't make any changes, he can kiss 3 points goodbye. But I'm going to check the head-to-head record between Emery and De Zerbi.
But things that can we keep it up?
Well, they did have a very, it was in August of last year. I think it was a preseason game, and De Zerbi and Emery had a huge clash, I think.
Preseason game, they had a clash.
Yeah.
Let's see how
Basque, Italian.
Yeah. All fiery characters, right? So the most important thing now, Spurs are still up 1-0. We're having possession of the ball. Let's see whether we can keep this up. Oh, don't be shit again, Tel.
Okay,
Why are we playing games like that? Why are we playing the game like that?
So Emery has played 4 times against De Zerbi and won 3.
Yep.
But Maatsen now down the left. And that's a problem with Maatsen. I think he just doesn't really have that composure, and Spurs defended quite brilliantly. And now you see, this is why Spurs can be such a big threat. Some great work there down the right. Who is that?
All right, let's see what happens here now. All right, Moani gets away. What? Don't be shit, Moani.
Don't be shit, Kolo Moani. Yeah, he may not be much of a striker, but, you know, as a winger, he is quite good.
Yeah, big up, Mr. K. All right. Checking. Oh, Mr. K. Yeah, hope you're doing well. All right. All right.
I'll tell you what. I saw Crystal Palace play Craig Beasley's Bournemouth earlier today. Shout out to Up the Cherries in all departments, of course. Do please check out the work that Craig and I are doing. It's a series called Football Has a Problem on the channel. And, you know, I'm also going to be going live with him tomorrow to discuss that game. Bad foul there by Danso on Abraham, and that should be an Aston Villa free kick. Actually, it's a Tottenham free kick. It's ridiculous. And they were playing a Crystal Palace team that were much changed by Oliver Glasner. And Bournemouth ripped them apart in that first half. Should have buried some chances. They took a 2-0 lead thanks to an own goal and a penalty. But then they scored a third with about 15 minutes left to sort of seal it and provide the 3 points. So both Palace and
all right,
Villa
has already taken Verstappen for third spot. I guess these tires are playing up now. Right? Yeah. We're in lap 84. I think there's about 48, 9 more laps to go.
Okay.
Right.
And you see, both Palace and Villa have got semi-finals on Thursday, and their managers chose to rotate. And you could see the big difference there is between the first 11 and the second 11 when you have that rotation. And that's why certain players are always going to struggle if they're not being given enough chances.
Right, never a foul. All right. All right, Spurs got more or less possession. Spurs looks like they're in control, right? But let's see how long that lasts. And
you also got, I think,
it's a very simple thing, right? It's like the Villa players are, not willing to risk. You get what I'm saying? All right, so now we're up 1-0. We look more.
But the irony is that they know they need to win this game because their next game is against relegated Burnley. Okay, but then their last 2 games are against Liverpool and Manchester City. So they need to win today. They need to win against Burnley, and they should have Champions League football secured by the league. And they also have to try and aim to win the Europa, but. At this moment, this team that you put out are giving them the absolute runaround. And lovely cross from Tallinn.
It's not a
an unorthodox save there from Emi Martinez. Kolo Muani is sick of the sight of him, to be honest with you.
Muani shit, I told you, right?
Yeah. Great cross there from Muani. And, well, it wasn't the best of connections, but it somehow he was able to sort of hit into the ground and over, and Martinez obviously having to,
why can't he hit it
palm it over. Yeah, from that position, it's a bit difficult, but it's another corner, and that was the very you actually scored from a
corner earlier. Let's see what happens here now, right?
Danso with a snapshot blocked. Udogi, and that is another cross into the penalty area, and it's 2.
2?
Yep, and it's Richarlison.
Danso?
And I think a lot of Aston Villa fans are getting PTSD about 2024 when...
0 is Michi.
Yep. Under Ange Postecoglou, you came over to Villa Park and gave them a 4-0 thrashing, and you've already got some Villa fans on 25 minutes starting to leave. They are not happy. And neither is Unai Emery.
Right, I wonder.
But this is really awful defending, and we're going to find out now who the culprits are.
Right, but it doesn't matter. 2-0. I told you, right? Be 3-0 up. Right, 3-0 up at halftime. Take it to them. Get back those goals.
Oh, Cash and Lindelof there, just letting Richarlison go in there unmarked.
Yeah.
Not
Because
the best
they're
positioning
worried,
for Emi Martinez to deal with that either.
Right.
And a very extravagant celebration there from Roberto De Zerbi, and Villa are in disarray. I know what Emery's thinking.
All right,
Some of these players are going to have to go. But you know what? But you know what, Unai? This is on you. If you don't adequately rotate your players, you've got to adequately rotate your players, not trust them too much. Otherwise, this is what will happen.
Right. That's it. All right. 2-0. Let's go. You prove me wrong. Right? And you have to buy the Conor Gallagher shirt. Yeah.
Does he have a Richarlison one, though?
Nah. Here comes Spurs again. 2-0 is not a secure scoreline, bro. We need more.
And he's already got some of the starters warming up. Digne, Watkins, Buendia. I mean, what's Buendia going to do? He was bullied by Forest.
I guess they'll come in the second half, right? He ain't going to make the changes now.
And then this is the thing about Aston Villa as well. They go on these wonderful runs where they win some games, but then they lose games in clumps. It's a little bit like having your hair fall out. And then somehow they get it together near the end and do what they need to do. But,
That's it, right? In this game, right? Yeah, let's be another bozo moment again. Right. I told you, right? Aston Villa in this game, right? They are more, I think they are more focused, right? At the what we call semi-finals. But Spurs need to show this hunger. Spurs needs to show they need more goals. Right?
Let's take a look at what this now means is that if things stay this way, you end up outside the relegation zone.
Yep. But we need to keep it up. Get more goals.
It's actually going to do West Ham a lot more harm than it will do Nottingham Forest, because Forest are also out of the relegation zone.
Okay, there's a pullback.
There is no John McGinn in the Villa team either. There's no Amadou Onana. Both of them are nursing injuries, and they hope to be fit for the semi-final. But you can see the alarming drop-off between the first 11 and the second 11 of Aston Villa. And even with some of the first-team regulars playing, they look awful. Martinez, Cash, Tielemans.
No, what do you expect, right? Spurs aren't that good too. Yeah, you know. Maybe it's for us time to have a run at things.
I know the hindsight is a good thing, but there is a very strong part of me that feels that you should have sat Frank at Christmas and the New Year period and gotten De Zerbi in after he failed to take Marseille to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Because the way De Zerbi's operating now, I think he's got the players, a lot more comfortable. And that is just poor stuff, really, from Tielemans. And you can see he's frustrated.
Yep, I know. Leclerc is still third, Norris still second, Antonelli is still first, right, up to the 54th lap. At the moment, we're pressing well. At the moment, everything is, we're putting it in, right? We're up 2-0.
Exactly. You need to keep pressing. And you can see there that Tammy Abraham is at his best when he's, a a striker coming off the bench, but being asked to start, he's just not quite really able to do what you'd expect a number 9 like him to do.
No, maybe some players are like that. They ain't strong enough in the first run up. They need the other players to be slightly tired or weakened before they can actually bully them. Instead, he will get bullied. That's what maybe that Tammy Abraham is like.
Okay.
Right? So.
Well, Villa trying to do some damage control. Matthew Cash now to Ross Barkley. Sancho on the right.
Okay. Now they're coming at us again.
Back to Bochada.
All right, this is where the first supporters are on the right side.
You see Rodgers now, he's literally being bullied.
Yeah.
And this is the consequence of playing him in practically every single...
I think there are a lot of the first teamers who are actually in this first 11, right? Don't want to be there. They're afraid.
Yeah, Rodgers doesn't need to be there. But the only problem is, if you take him out of the lineup, who comes in and fills his place? Because at the moment, Barkley occupies the central 10 position. Rodgers is out on the left. And Rodgers needs to be brought into the game a lot more. Instead now, he's just, out hugging the touchline and feeling miserable.
Yeah, I know.
And that's, I'm not too sure what Sancho was trying to do there, but he got that pass all wrong. All I will say to any Villa fans watching this is don't lose heart. There's still a second half. Just avoid making the mistakes you made and we'll get back in. But you can literally see some of those fans looking really fit to be tied.
Yeah, I know. But we're still 2-0 up. That's the most important, being a Spurs fan. We have to keep that scoreline there. Yeah, a lot of Villa fans not happy at the moment, right? Because Spurs is supposed to be Premier League fodder at the moment, right? But we're up 2-0. And let's keep it that way. Or maybe we'll add more to our scoreline. That's the most important thing, right? Right, the performance level has dropped, right? It's still Antonelli, Norris, Leclerc, right? 55 laps, 56 laps to go. 2 more laps to go.
And now you see Rodgers trying his best to keep the play. He does win a Villa throw, but Kolo Muani, I'll tell you what, this guy is really proving to be a handful on the wing. And maybe this is where he's at his best now, instead of being used as a somewhat weak number 9.
Muani is usually more like a 10, right? So, all right, Russell.
Okay. Rodgers over there, but clearly Palhinha was able to draw the foul. And this guy, Palhinha, is a real pain in Aston Villa's rear end.
All right. We're doing all right. Leclerc is chasing, who's chasing who now? Is there Ferrari in front? Nope, that's Lando. No, that's PS3. Yep, PS3 is chasing up to Leclerc. Yep. Now we slow the game down. Yep. You slow the game down some more. Yes, slow the game down. Come back the 2-0 win, right? So all the tricks out there, slow the game down. Right?
There's nothing scumbaggy about it. Those were 2 fine goals and you deserve your lead. The only issue is that if you shouldn't lose your concentration now. And once again, you see the consequence of Villa's high line. I'm pretty sure that Tell had broken the trap and would have gone through, but the pass was just too long for him. Mings, Lindelof.
He's still shit, right? We don't have that type of a striker, you can say.
And once again, Bocada's first touch is poor and he loses the ball. It's with Richarlison now. It is back with Colin Mwani, who can take a shot, but that goes well over. 10 minutes left until the end of normal time in the first half, and you think they'll be stopped.
And see the ball again.
And looks as though Bentancur's down. Does he have an injury?
Mwani. And Bentancur has gone down.
That looks like a dive to me. Didn't see any kind of contact in there. Cheating, bugger.
All right. Antonelli is holding off. All right, here comes PS3. PS3 is taking third from Leclerc in the final lap. Right up. Can Norris get on to Antonelli? There's another one in the final lap. But PS3 is pulling away.
Aston Villa's ball control has been absolutely atrocious so far.
Yeah, I know. Like I said,
But
their heart is not in this game, bro. Their focus at the moment is in the semi-finals.
No, but then that's a risky strategy because you would think that they'd want to win today to increase confidence for that game.
Yeah. Leclerc spun around. All right, can Leclerc get back to the line?
Okay, Tell now on the left. This is really good, but it looked good before he decides to do that. Ridiculous.
Oh, shit. I can tell you, it's telling shit. Yeah, shit. Nothing to talk about. It is what it is. All right, Antonelli wins. He comes in. Norris is second. PS3 is third.
How many more races are left after this, by the way?
I know they canceled the Middle Eastern races. I think there's not 20. There's about 24 races a season or some shit like that. So already race 3, 5, 6. I guess it's 14. All right. Charles Leclerc has lost the spot to Russell. Max Verstappen has gone past 2. All right.
And this graphic tells a story. Villa had no attempts, no shots on target. You've had 8 and 4 respectively, and 2 goals. This has to be literally the most inept first. This is the most inept first half performance I've seen from Aston Villa in a very, very long time.
Oh,
and it just goes.
Their heart is not in the game here. James, their focus is not in the game here. Their focus is more in the game, that's when we played in the midweek.
No, but again, that's no excuse because they also know that with the run-in they've got, that they play Spurs, they play Burnley. Their last 2 games are against Liverpool and Manchester City. Surely they'd have the sense to know that they'd want to, at the very least, wrap this up by the end, right?
Okay. What if their plan is to win the Europa League, right? The Europa League, if they win it, right, they'll get Champions League too. And they'll get a trophy. Maybe that's what he's focusing on. You guys are, but I know they're not there yet, right? Even if they lose this game, okay, right? I think the furthest they can drop down is 6. You get what I'm saying? Right? And if they do get to the final.
No, but that's the thing. Like, see, Emery was Arsenal manager, lest you forget. And the full season for which he was manager with us, that was the season when you got to the Champions League final. Now, we were in a good position to secure top 4. And we were also doing well in the Europa League. But we lost out on both. And I think we just, choked near the end. And in the Europa League final in Baku, I think the players just down tools on him. Petr Cech was the best player on the pitch that day for us. That says it all. I always believe that the reason why he was able to, to earn the success at Villa and earn the respect he's got at Villa that he didn't get at Arsenal is because Arsenal, in some subliminal sense, didn't really like him or respect him or value him. And it was also reflected in the way the players treated him sometimes. But then, when you analyze,
he was like a 2 or 3 time or 4 time Europa League winner, right? You get what I'm saying?
It was 3 times with Sevilla, and then after he got sacked by Arsenal, he took his revenge on us by beating us in the 2021 Europa League semi-final en route to winning it with Villarreal. If he wins it with Aston Villa, it'll be his 5th. But then, I just don't want there to be the same patterns where he is on the cusp of greatness and then ends up losing everything. Because you can't have that type of
the thing is that with Arsenal he couldn't cross the line, right? With other teams he's been able to cross the line. He's won trophies before, right? Better than your Mikel Arteta has won 1 trophy, which was actually the hand-me-down team from Emery. Think about that, right?
I agree.
No matter how you want to say Emery now is in this game, yes, I think he himself and the players are not focused on this game because to him he thinks he's got bigger fish to fry. Maybe he's already told his players, go out there and play, but don't get injured. When you tell a player something like that, right, or perceived to have that kind of a message going out there, right, you're worrying about injuries and all that because if you play in Europe, you play hell of a lot of games. And here comes Mwani. Can Mwani do something? No, he's still shit. Is he still shit?
No, listen, I think Mwani has been one of your better players today on the wing. He's literally been, cooking Ian Matson a new one. And Tell is proving that he can't hit a barn door. But look, you're 2-0 up. There are 3 minutes to go. Unless Emery makes some really big changes, he's going to lose this game.
Mani, have you not seen Spurs being 2-0 up, right? Or 1-0 up, right? And in the last injury time minutes of the first half, we'll concede 1. Then our heads will drop. And then it will, it's rinse and recycle game. The only thing now is that
I remember. Ironically, it was against the Zerbi's Brighton at the Amex that you had a 2-0 lead, but let it slip. That was the game, if memory serves me right, when you decided you couldn't take any more advantage and he had to leave. But at least you ended up, at least he won some of your affection back by winning that Europa that night. I still see that watch along and I see your reaction at the end, tears of joy from your side. But look, the Zerbi, I think, has got the team really united.
Positive mental attitude. Yeah, of course I'm positive. I'm totally deluded with this now, right? The only thing is that they must prove to us they ain't going to bloody screw up. That's all.
No, but listen, don't look now. Emery makes some changes. He brings on Watkins for Abraham. He brings on someone like a Douglas Luiz to try to, add a little bit more creativity, and then Bob's your uncle. I think what his best bet to do would be to take off.
Right, it's a very simple thing, right, Manny? We know our weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
This Tottenham team played 35 games this season, right? We want to see them break this trend. Right, we can play good in this first half, averagely, right? Better, right, than Villa, okay? Because Villa is shit at the moment. We all know that. It's so clear to see, right? They're slower to every pass, every move, everything, right? We are quicker, right? Because also maybe they played in midweek, we didn't, right? But the thing is that we don't want this team of 2 halves to come out.
Out there, Bentancur on Bokada, and that will be a yellow card. And that was some good play there between Bokada and Sancho trying to make things happen. So you see, maybe that'll be something encouraging there.
Yeah.
Cynical foul, really. And
they had some. Yeah. Now, the thing is that, we need players to do that, right?
We're going to find out now how much time will be added on. It's 10 seconds ticking to the end of normal time, but
I think there'll be 3 minutes at least.
Could be 3, yes, you're right. Jadon Sancho preparing to take the kick, and we'll find out how many minutes are being added on. Just the 1 minute? Well, this will probably be Villa's last chance then.
Yeah. Right.
And it looks as though there's an offside of sorts, so that's it. I think
there's only 1 minute added on.
Yeah, that's kind of outrageous, but what can you do?
Really? Or a handball by Mings.
I'm not too sure why more and more Villa fans are leaving.
No, they need to go and prepare themselves for the midweek game. And it's close to half time, right? Most probably they want to rush to the counters first to get their drinks.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Spurs fans are happy, but there's still 45 minutes to go.
Yep, halftime, Eva man. All right, we've made it through. We've made it to halftime. We've made it to halftime at 2-0. Spurs, it's the first in a long time, right? In the display, right? But to tell the truth, right, what Mani says is very correct. This Villa team doesn't look like, honestly, they're not up for it, or maybe the lack of focus, lack of intensity, lack of energy in their movement, their play, and their thoughts, right? So that's the most important thing, is that Spurs is up 2-0 at the moment, and we are out of the relegation zone. At the moment, Spurs fans, right? Calm down. At the moment, we are out of the relegation zone. If this continues, Guy will have to buy a Spurs shirt, the yellow one, with Gallagher at the back. So let's hope that happens, right? That's all I gotta say. Let's hope that happens, right? Mani, I know your thoughts, right, about Villa and Unai Emery, but the truth, I don't care, right? It better he should pick out more players in the second half and rest them more for the next game, right? That's the most important thing, right? Yeah. Villa is completely down tools. Look at that. Villa have completely down tools, mate. Down tools to what, right? They're saving themselves for the semi-final. Yep, can't come on, right? I know. Way too drunk. You're way too happy at the moment. That's good,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and I think I wonder if in hindsight it could be something to cheese off the Arsenal fans more, because Arsenal fans, myself excluded, would love nothing more than to see Spurs get relegated. But if Spurs go on to win this and end up having the fillip to go on and survive, they're gonna literally be angry with Unai Emery for mucking them over again.
No, the best part is that, right? Most important thing is that we still got another 45 minutes plus. Don't forget, right? Plus, nowadays 45 minutes doesn't end there, right? There'll be drama somewhere along, extra 5-10 minutes or so, right? But let's hope there isn't. Let's hope this is going to be a routine game, right? We're 2-0 up. I don't know what do you think, right? Do you think Emery will be more defensive?
Depends. I think what he's going to try to do is, tell his players to start going out on the attack a little bit more. So he's probably going to want to try to take off Lamane Bajada and put Ross Barkley in the double pivot alongside Tielemans, and then maybe bring on Douglas Luiz. He needs to take off Morgan Rogers, who looks absolutely dead on his feet, and maybe, if he has to, bring on Emi Buendia. Watkins needs to come on for Tammy Abraham. I think Lindelof has, he's been an excellent player for Villa so far this season, but I think he's, starting to, I think today he's just not on it. I would also replace bring Matthew Cash off and actually stick Lamane Bajada at right back instead of bringing on Andres Garcia. The thing is, if things go bad really quickly, he is going to start bringing out some of the youth.
He will?
We saw that when he played Arsenal at the Emirates. It was nil at half-time, but then Amadou Onana went off injured. And that was a game where Mikel Merino was very lucky not to get sent off.
No, it's like what Yen said, right? Dreading the second half, right? Villa can't be that bad, right? Again. Yes or no?
All I will say is look back 2 seasons ago. Under Ange Postecoglou, you lot went to Villa Park, thrashed them 4-0, And you were favourites to go on and qualify in the top 4. But then you lost to Fulham at Craven Cottage. And then, of course, there was the Manchester City game. Oh, boy.
All right. The most important thing, right? It depends on what kind of pace Villa's going to come out at. You know, if they're going to be slow like that again, we will have a chance. But if they do come out all guns blazing, right? Our players, right, always falter when they're under pressure. The most important thing is that, right, Unai Emery goes out and tell the boys, that, don't worry, guys, we can lose this game. The most important game is the next game, not this game. No.
I'm sure he would not want to do that. I'm really sure he wouldn't want to.
Of course he wouldn't. Right. How you see this now is that even if we win this game, we still have to win the rest of our games, right? Don't forget, West Ham plays too, right? And so does Nottingham Forest. Did you watch the Manchester United game?
I didn't see the first half because I was busy watching Bournemouth Crystal Palace. But I saw the second half, and boy, that was bonkers.
Yeah. Good thing,
Tim Sherwood in the studio, former Spurs and Villa manager.
Do you think Carrick should get the job?
Nope. If I were a Manchester United fan.
Why not?
He had a wonderful new manager bounce, but there have been some performances where, you know, they lost quite a bit of concentration, looked quite complacent, and you know, if it weren't for Kobe Mainoo's winner, they could have drawn today, and it would have, you know, literally put them in danger of being overtaken. Now, of course, we know that this Villa team will be lucky to still finish in the top, would be in the top 5.
For a young manager like that, right, to go in, right? Remember when under Emery, they were all shit. You get what I'm saying? I think they were more lost than knowing what to do. They were like Spurs, right? Then you bring in Carrick. Carrick gets a tune out of these guys. You get what I'm saying? And if a person who can manage and get a tune out of other people, I mean, he's not going to be the finished article. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to win the Premier League next season if he stays on, right? I think Manchester United needs to grow with him. Give him the chance, right? That's how I see it.
The problem is, and of course there is a Tottenham connection, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer replaced the sacked Jose Mourinho at Manchester United and got them and enabled them to finish second that season and got the job. The next season, he was found out tactically and replaced by Ralph Rangnick before the season got over. Let's not forget that United have only had very embarrassingly early exits from both domestic cups. And they weren't playing in Europe either. Because of you lot, of course, winning the Europa League last year. So, for the best part of the season, they've only been playing one game a week. And it's probably no surprise that with the state of the league being so poor and inconsistent, a team like Manchester United has been able to recover very well. And certainly, he's right in a lot of the wrongs that Amorim committed. Quite simply, if you take a look at what Amorim did, some of the things he did were just, you know, utterly, they were ridiculous. And Carrick corrected that. He steadied the ship, and you can see that the results have told. But next season, United are now going to have Champions League football in addition to Premiership football and domestic cup football. How does he balance it? How is he going to get that team to perform when the pressure is now high?
That's the thing that we don't know, right? But then, shouldn't he be given a chance, right? He did bring them out from a really bad scenario. If I would give him a chance, right? It's like what we said with Ange, right? He should have been given a chance early in the season, right? But the problem is that we didn't give him a chance. We never know, right? And then now we're in this situation now, right? Hanging on to last minute kind of scenarios, right? Guys, we got 3 more games to go, and we have to win every game, right, to ensure that we don't get relegated. Plus, let's see what happens, right? If tomorrow, if the next game comes up, right? Because if you're not mistaken, West Ham plays Arsenal, you guys, right, in the next game, and we play Leeds. Okay, but the thing is that West Ham has always been Arsenal's, not too friendly, right? Because they will take it to heart. They like whenever they play Spurs or they play Arsenal, right? The bigger English teams, right? They come up and play. You get what I'm saying? And the game against Bournemouth, if they had a little bit more luck, they could have not say win it. They could have even drawn it, right? But if they did draw, we still have to win this game. If we win this game, we still be above them. So it gives them a lot of incentive to actually go out and scupper your title, what you call it, right? Aspirations.
That could be the case. And I was saying, of course, if Villa were to win today, Spurs would pretty much be all but relegated. But I'm not worried about the West Ham game, though, because we've got a more than decent record at the London Stadium on their home turf. At this stage, it's results over performances, and we're also doing whatever we can to, scumbag our way to wins, although against Fulham, we ripped them a new one, it has to be said. But
the thing is that you guys have the capability, it's shown before. You guys do have the capability, but maybe that's why sometimes he doesn't want to show it. He's playing maybe a clever game at the moment, right?
Not really.
Game, right? You guys are on a good track.
Every good thing that seems to happen under Arteta is just serendipity more than anything else. The man is not really, a good manager. He doesn't do his homework. He's very tactically stubborn and rigid and arrogant at the worst of times. He played Miles Lewis-Skelly in the centre of midfield, and Skelly looked really comfortable there. And, you would think, effectively, that would be the best way to, proceed now in the future. But we know that for Atletico and our subsequent games, he's going to bring Zubimendi back in. Skelly is an ideal central midfielder. Very powerful. He has the freedom to attack. He doesn't need to necessarily defend as much. But when you stick him in left back, it's like Zinchenko all over again. But Arteta's so stupid, he doesn't even want to accept that.
I don't know, but that's an Arsenal problem, right? At the moment now, all I can see is that the Spurs problem looks promising, right? We've dug ourselves out of the relegation zone for the moment, right? The next 45 minutes that comes along, let's hope that, we can maintain that scoreline and get through. Or if not, right, I need Spurs to show that we can add more. You get what I'm saying, right? And not let Villa come back at us. That's all I'm going to say. But if Villa is able to come back at us, right, then it proves that, somehow or another, somewhere we're still mentally weak somewhere. Because being 2-0 up, right, we need to be strong mentally, be positive, right, and show that we are capable of getting more, right? And the thing is that don't let our heads go down if they do score one. You get what I'm saying? Right. Let's hope that doesn't happen, because when Spurs, when our heads go down, right, usually the results ain't good that way, right? But like what Yan says, right? Yeah, positive mental attitude, bro. Yeah. I know. We need that. Right, we need that.
I'm just taking a look at Twitter right now, and apparently every single neutral fan doesn't really like them for the way they just capitulated so far in the first half, and you know, even Villa fans also realise that that they wouldn't mind seeing Spurs get relegated. But I just don't know what Emery's playing at times, and this team looks so disjointed and scary. But then this is the problem when you have if you.
I know what Emery's playing, right? He's playing. He's taking the page out of Ange, right? He's going to, the focus is on the semifinals, right? That's his main focus at the moment. So let's see, right? Maybe they should up the ante a bit, right, to show that there's some fight in them, right, and not bring this kind of mentality to the next game. That's what I think he will fear. So he would try to, lift up his players and go for it, right? And I can see the players are running out from the pitch onto the pitch.
Yep.
Right.
They're running out as we speak.
Yeah. And I see De Zerbi. Who else is there? De Zerbi's coming out. I don't see the Spurs players though. I did see the Aston Villa players.
No, they're in the middle of the field. They're in a huddle.
Right. Yeah, the Spurs players are out early. They're already in the huddle, right? And he's saying, don't fucking screw this up, right? You're up 2-0, right? Don't fucking screw this up. That's all I'm going to tell you guys, all right? Don't do it, right? Score 1 or 2 more, that would be fantastic, right? That will put our goal difference back into a comfortable position. All right, Eva Man says it's kicked off. All right, Eva, we kicked off. All right, Spurs are up 2-0.
Just taking a look right now, and it looks as though Barkley and Abraham are in the centre circle in discussion. It just kicked off. Back to Tielemans. It's with Lindelof now.
And here we go.
And yep, Matthew Cash with the ball. I'm slightly ahead of you. Don't forget that, Luigi.
Yep, I know. All right, let's see what's Villa going to do now.
Well, he's passing up ahead and an attempt at a cheeky back heel and then a forward pass, but I think Danso will have that covered, and Villa beating a hasty retreat.
All right, Danso's covered it. Let's see whether Spurs can maintain this, right? We're trying to slow the game down. Villa's pressing a bit harder now, faster now. And the ball goes out of play. Spurs throw. Yep. Udoli's got the ball.
But now it's with Abraham. And it's a nice sidestep behind, but the Spurs defense is alert, but it's still with Abraham, though. And Abraham wins the corner off Benteke.
Somehow or another, we give the ball away again. All right, come on, guys. No bozo moments.
And your GD, your goal difference is a lot better than West Ham's, let me tell you that.
Yeah, our goal difference is much better, a lot better than West Ham's. But the problem is that, right?
Okay, corner taken. It's a short one. And an offside flag is raised, and that puts an end to proceedings. So that got over very quickly.
How was that offside?
Rodgers again. I think Rodgers' head is definitely not in the game. If you want to play him on Thursday, take him off before the hour mark. If you leave him on that field and he ends up flagging, it's all on you. Kinski with the goal kick, sending it long. And Barkley sort of touching it forward. And that's the thing. Defensively, you seem to have improved a lot. Great stuff from Colin Mwani. Once again, cooking Ian Matson.
Oh, Mwani.
The Dutch cheese is melting. Header from Lindelof. Benteke heading it back into the penalty area. And I think they're appealing for another offside. They're not going to get it. And, well, it might have been an offside anyway because, nope, it's a Villa throw.
The ball go out of play.
It did. Villa throw. Now it's a Spurs throw. back with Dance. And he passes it back to Kinski. So I think it's fair to say that with Vicario having had hernia surgery, that's his season over. How impressed have you been with Kinski since he's come back in?
No, to tell the truth, right? No, the young man has done well, right? Showed fight, showed he's able to get over that poor performance at A Madrid. But most important thing is that he has to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Most important thing is he has to keep it up. But the only thing is that for Vicario is that there's a lot of rumors saying that he wants to leave and all that. He wants to go back to Italy, right? Will Kinski be the, correct goalkeeper for us next season? Right. That also has to play in the sense that where will we be?
Ooh, that ball is somehow kept in play, and Barkley against Van de Ven, and Van de Ven wins that battle. Barkley holding onto Van de Ven's shirt, and that will be a silly free kick conceded.
All right. Barkley throws away. Free kick.
Okay, so we see the subs all warming up. I see Jed Spence there. I don't know if he was having a chat with Ollie Watkins, and then comes Buendia. Leon Bailey. I can't stand that fella. He was great a couple of seasons ago, but since then he's been poor.
All right. Leon Bailey looks like he's warming up.
And the thing about Aston Villa is that whenever they've had a situation where for certain positions they've had two very good players competing for each other, that's when you can tell that those players have been at their best because they bring out the best in one another. And Barkley there conceding a foul. He's lucky not to get booked so far, but he's just gotten a booking there from the referee. Barkley and Gallagher.
There seems to be a fight now, right? Spurs players are putting up a fight. And Barkley.
I think Barkley and Gallagher were once upon a time teammates at Chelsea. I'm going to have to check that and see.
Oh, yeah, right. From the youth, right? Did they come from the youth? Or was Barkley Evertonian?
No, Barkley actually, he was Evertonian, but he joined Chelsea later. And yes, Barkley and Gallagher were teammates at Chelsea. In fact, big piece of trivia.
Right.
Villa getting in now.
Good defending,
Abraham. Yep.
Good defending.
Now, this is what you have to like about Van de Ven. He does have some very good speed. He does read the game very well. I don't get it when people say that he's overrated. I think he's really good. And under a good manager, he would really do.
No, the pace is one thing, right? He's slowly mastering the way of going in, right? That won't create a foul. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, big trivia here. Barkley and Gallagher were Chelsea teammates and were in the squad for that 2019 Europa League final where Barkley and Gallagher's Chelsea beat Unai Emery's Arsenal 4-1.
All right. Beat you guys again.
Yep.
All right, guys. We are into the 52nd or 53rd minute, wherever you are around the world. It looks like Spurs are hanging in there, right? Villa is finding it difficult to break us down. We are pressing well at the moment, right? Everything we have to caveat with at the moment, right? Spurs looks okay.
So just to clarify, I think another of your better performances was when you went to the Etihad Stadium and beat Manchester City 2-0. How do you compare that performance to this performance so far?
That was in the beginning of the season, bro, was it?
Yep, under Frank.
Yeah, under Frank.
Oh, a dreadful pass there from Mings. It's intended for Maatsen, but it goes up for a top throw. And Colin Moani, Gallagher, Porro having overlapped is back with Palhinha, but still with Palhinha. And now you see Spurs are starting to control the tempo. They're starting to really assert their dominance in this game. And that is going to make it all the more,
The only thing is that we have to be smart. We must know where to keep possession in safe areas for us, right? Don't make bozo mistakes, hold the ball too long, don't know where to pass it and all that shit, right? That's the most important thing.
But then, as I said before, let's say Villa lose this game and they go into the semi-final and they end up, foul there from Tielemans on Porro. and they end up losing against Forest. It wouldn't have been worth it. For me, that could very well be their season done and dusted.
If they lose to Forest, right, then they deserve what they deserve. You can say that. That's the risk you have to take, right? If you want to go for something.
But then that's the thing. Why would you want to take that risk? And the worst part is that you see with this performance right now, it does nothing to build momentum. It does nothing to build confidence. You had 2 consecutive defeats to Fulham in the league and Nottingham Forest in that semi-final first leg. Why would you want to run the risk of, further impeding any of continuing that bad form, and then expecting to turn up on the night against Forest on Thursday? I think that's just stupid and irresponsible. You can't have that gambler mindset.
Villa, right? Villa is better than Forest, right? I reckon they'll hammer them in the second leg. That's what they reckon. You can see now. And the ball comes in.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Spurs still have it, though. Spurs still have it. It's Gallagher now. Udogie. And I think Guy will be happy. Big up to Guy in the chat, by the way. Sorry I didn't see your entry there, mate. Shot there from Porro, but he was never going to beat Andy Martinez from that position. And I predicted on Dan's stream last night that Villa would win 2-1 and Ross Barkley would score the winner, and Guy literally gave it to me with both barrels. But now he's happy that prediction cannot come true because Spurs have scored twice.
Yep. Coming out of the 55th minute, right? That's the sad part, right? The thing is that it looks like we're in control now, but if Villa do go up the next gear, it looks like Villa is in second gear the whole game from the beginning to now.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you see Lamani Bukhada there. He can't even muscle his way through. He's got 2 players, Bentancur and Richarlison, on him, and they stop him from making a forward pass. And Tyrone Mings, for all his experience, you think he'd be... And then Morgan Rogers there, having the ball taken off him like that. Now he's on the floor, hoping to get claiming that he was fouled. When Villa are good, they are so exquisite to watch, but when they're bad, they're just downright awful.
Yeah, I guess so. Sometimes teams do have a bad day at the office, right? And at the moment, the Spurs players look more wanting it than the Villa players.
Well, the Spurs players need it. But then, as an Arsenal fan, we have these moments when we need to ask ourselves, do our players want to win the league? 9 points ahead in April. And we capitulate against Bournemouth, lose to City, and see them win their game in hand and tie and actually go above us by virtue of scoring more goals. They've got 2 games in hand. We've got 6 points and 4 goals on them. And although the pressure will be on them, you've got to think that this team, despite not being as good as City teams gone by, will be very determined to make sure they get the points and maybe score some goals.
Yeah. And I've lost the feed. Hold on, let me check what's going on here.
Okay, well, back to commentary mode. It's Tyrone Mings now with the ball at his feet, hoping to try and send the team forward. Finds Barkley, but that was Palhinha who was, fast on him. And Palhinha making a real nuisance of himself, and Emi Martinez cannot prevent a corner. And this is another reason why this is quite simply a really dispiriting, disgusting Aston Villa display, but also credit to, Spurs. You've looked aggressive. Palhinha has literally been a nuisance. He's not allowed Villa to settle.
All right, I've got the stream back. All right, 58 minute now. So,
yeah. 57, 34, 35, and it's Mathis Tell with the corner. Right-footed, hoping to swing it away. Maybe find a teammate who'll take a shot.
Oral's going to take a corner? No, Tell's going to take a corner. Why don't you let Tell take the corner?
It is Mathis Tell who's taking it. Right-footed, away swinger. And that is headed out by Tammy Abraham. Only as far as Gallagher, who scored the first goal. And I think there is an offside, so, yep, the flag's gone up.
Ball goes out. Gallagher.
Well, it's about that time. It's the hour mark, and Ollie Watkins will be coming on for Tammy Abraham. Very disappointing night for the former Chelsea striker, who was also Aston Villa's promotion hero, scored 20-odd goals as Villa got promoted from the Championship back to the Premiership.
Did he go to Italy before coming back?
He did. He certainly did. And then he was actually at Besiktas in Turkey before coming back to Villa. And so there is an incentive for Aston Villa to make the Europa League final and for Abraham to be a part of it, because the final will be held at Besiktas' home stadium in Istanbul. Rodgers.
Okay. But
once again, well, at least Rodgers won the free kick this time.
Conor Gallagher is running and chasing every ball, right?
Exactly. And that is confirmation of that substitution. Abraham coming off and Watkins coming on. Not the best of nights for Tammy, but maybe Ollie coming on will spring the game into life. And it's all the more sadly because Abraham actually was the one who came on as a substitute and scored that late winner for Villa against Sunderland. So these players aren't really that bad, but as you said, Eugene, some players are just better suited to being super subs than starters.
Yeah, right. The mentality part or the physical part of it, right? But to tell you the truth, right now,
handball there. That's Go ahead.
Handball by who?
Ian Matson. And you were saying, to tell you the truth?
You're talking about Watkins?
No, I mean, I was talking about how certain players just seem to be better suited coming off the bench.
Oh, yeah, of course, right, yeah. Right, depending on what type of, fitness level you are at and capability and all that. So, that's depending on the manager, right? He has to pick what kind of players to come on. But now you see he's got Watkins on. Will Villa look more threatening? Will they be faster?
Yeah.
Will they be more creative?
Matson to Rodgers on the left. Rodgers now hopefully trying to come into the game. And it's a deflected shot from Rodgers, which goes for a corner. That might be Aston Villa's first of the game. We'll see if they can do something from here.
So now it's time to see whether Spurs defense don't have bozo moments. Right? That's the most important thing. All right, Villa gets the corner, right? Their first corner.
Yeah, no updates from either man as of yet. So 61 minutes just ticked over. It'll be Yuri Tielemans, right-footed, hoping to swing it in.
All right, let's see what happens now.
It's high and punched away by Kinski. Very well done. Lindelof was on his tail, but it's with Cash now, sending it into the penalty area. And Spurs are able to get that away. And Bohana has to be quick because, he finds Tielemans. Tielemans sends it back into the penalty area. And now Spurs can be on their way. Colin Wani up against Lindelof. It's 2 against 3, and there are more people coming back. But this time around, the Villa defense coalesces. Not lovely interplay between Sancho and Barkley. Barkley has the ball, hoping to find Watkins on the left now.
Shit.
It's back with Sancho after Gallagher tried to get it away. Tielemans to Barkley. And Barkley just can't get through, and that's because Palhinha has pretty much got in his number. And that's another poor foul, and you can see that Palhinha is celebrating. This guy's going to be a really key player for the rest of your season. And I'll tell you what, if Spurs do get relegated, I want Aston Villa to sign him. This guy will be a live one. I would say Arsenal should sign him, but I'm not too sure that Arsenal...
Right, this is the 3rd minute or so. Right, we're still up 2-0. Things are holding on there. Right, we are holding on, but we have not looked at an attacking threat at all at this moment. And what do you think about the new ref cam?
I like it. I think you can see sort of what's going on a little bit more up close.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure I necessarily like it when, referees have to... I mean, they've adopted this new NFL-style thing where the referees have to explain the changes in decision after VAR. I don't think you necessarily need that. Maatsen, some great running, but not proper ball control, and Spurs win it back.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? Why explain it?
Rodgers now getting the better of both Palhinha and Porro. This is good play from Rodgers. He's getting back in it. Hoping for a shot, but that is easily blocked by Bentancur. Colin Mwani with the ball now. And Mwani's back sort of playing an almost fullback-like role. And Watkins pretty much manhandling him there.
All right, the pressure is on now. Moani looks tired. Spence is coming on. Bissouma. All right, Bentancur has gone down.
As long as it's not Palhinha, you've still got it, I think.
So if Bentancur goes down, Bissouma comes in for him. That looks like quite a decent swap, right? But let's see whether we are going to be more holding or more attacking. At the moment, we've been more holding, right? Because we know we can't counter attack, right? I've been saying it. Okay, Gallagher gets the first goal.
You can see Lang and Vinay.
When they're going to show me Lang, why do you want to see Lang and Vinay?
Yeah.
Okay, Lang's got his finger up his nose. Vinay looks like he's falling asleep. All right.
So it does look as though Bentancur has been told to go off, and we'll find out who replaces him.
No, let him make the change, right? All right. Let's see whether Bissouma will do the job. Is he going to put on Bissouma or is he going to put in a youngster? Bissouma's coming on.
It looks like Spence and Bissouma coming on. I don't know who Spence is coming on for.
29 for 39. Mwani is coming off.
Yeah, that's a surprise because
he's going to use Mwani, left winger.
Yeah, Mwani has done well this game. I think he's had Ian Maatsen on toast for the not Ian Maatsen. He's literally had the fullbacks on toast the entire game, knocked them off their stride, and you know it is Bissouma and Spence who are going to come on. So looks as though Spence is going to slot in on the right.
Yeah, Mwani's jeering up, right? The Spurs fans, he's walking around.
No.
Uma comes on, Spence is on. So we're going to play two left backs on the left wing. All right, let's see what happens there.
Not too sure. Is he trying to protect the lead or just adopt a new angle? Because, you know, when... It's amazing, though, because several of these players were literally...
All right.
I mean, you could just tell that they were starting to down tools under Frank and Tudor, but I think they look revitalized under De Zerbi.
Yeah, they have to, right, bro? If they don't, we'll be relegated. You get what I'm saying? De Zerbi has come in, right? Not just to be a coach, right? He's been brought in to be actually a manager. Right, he needs to manage the mental strength of these players. He needs to manage their emotions. He needs to find a way to, you know, keep them positive and believing. Right, but we still have to put into account that Aston Villa today is not completely their focus on this game, right? And I think the players aren't. The manager doesn't seem to be happy that it's turning that way, and he can't do shit about it. You get what I'm saying? That's what happened to Spurs, right? Until De Zerbi came along. All right. That's how I see it. The only thing now is that will we get our third? And do we get another player going down? No. No, but at least we're pressing harder again.
And then one thing we now sadly know is that with Aston Villa, you are guaranteed a bozo end of season performance, and this is the worst possible time they could get to unlock it. Are they hoping to try and beat Liverpool? Long throw pass there. I think Watkins might be offside, and he is.
So, what games does Villa have? Right.
They play the Europa League semi-final. Then they play Burnley, Liverpool, and Manchester City. If they beat Forest and go to the Europa League final, that's going to be the game after Liverpool and before Manchester City.
All right. So, I guess if they win it, it doesn't matter, right? If they don't,
no, but then
they'll be screwed.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't, and that's the thing. Like, see. It's an irresponsible way of thinking, because the worst part is that now we know thanks to the basically thanks to your lot and Chelsea last season, for the most part, we now know that top 5 will guarantee us Champions League football. And if we have another situation where England wins both the Conference League and the Europa League, we'll get some top 5 next season as well. But I'm sorry, that is still no reason to have that sort of an attitude where, you can just say, let's not take this game too seriously. We've got bigger fish to fry. We criticize Mikel Arteta for having a bigger fish to fry attitude whenever he drops, throws away the domestic cups. We had great opportunities to win both domestic cups this season, and we mucked them both up. So Unai Emery, as excellent a manager as he is, he has to be criticized for when he completely mucks up, and today he's mucked it up completely.
Yeah. Well done, Unai.
Right. Yeah. You're happy now. You're happy now, and so you should be. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Watkins now with the chance. That's blocked. Sancho sending it into the penalty area, but that wasn't going to find the teammate. And Richarlison and Sancho getting into a right Barney there. Richie wins the ball, but Sancho gets it back, and Sancho there skipping over everyone, and Tielemans' intended cross is just too far.
Oh, Richarlison. Oh, no. Oh.
But then the thing about this one is that now you may be concerned that Villa are starting to come back into the game. But then this is the thing.
Manny, I'm not concerned about Villa coming back into the game. I expect Villa to come back into the game. I expect us to be better and not have bozo moments. You get what I'm saying? That's what I expect. Being a Spurs fan,
get what you're saying. Spence now down the right. He's gone past Maatsen, who's looked really awful at left back today. Passing back to Gallagher. Gallagher to Spence.
All right, Spence.
And that is just wide with his wrong foot, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. The offside flag is.
Oh, no, yes. Don't tell me they put one in, right? Squeaky bum time. No, but even man haven't put up the notice here, so I guess we're still safe. He's offside. Was there an offside?
I mean, Richarlison looked to be offside, but then he wasn't interfering with the play. I think have they changed the offside rule, or what's the story?
I think Spence was offside. Squeaky bum time. But we're 2-0 up. Yes. Unless we're 1-0 up, then it's squeaky bum time. Or 2-1, then it's
foul by Danso, and Aston Villa starting to come back into it. I think in another 3 minutes, Emery might make a few more changes. Now suddenly Rodgers has come into life. He's starting to power through. Both Danso and Rodgers getting into a mutual shirt-pulling tussle. And the referee
didn't get yellow
deciding
card
that
or what?
Danso was the guilty party.
Oh, Batista's been booked. And they're both of them
Okay.
pulling each other.
And Tell was booked for that. Actually, he was booked for something else. It might have been dissent.
Oh no, he was booked for kicking the ball away.
Ah, nice. Mings to Lindelof. Lindelof sending it forward. Finds Barkley, but 1 against 3. Barkley sensibly passes it back to Mings. Mings finding Maatsen on the left. Maatsen doesn't overlap, but he does cut in. Crossing to the penalty area, and that should be out for a corner. Danso with the covering.
All right. Squeaky bum time.
Oh.
Yeah, even 2-0 up is squeaky bum time. Yeah, being a Spurs fan. Right.
And that's the thing, like, Aston Villa now have to be careful. They can't just expect to turn it on when it suits them. Tielemans with the corner. It's blocked, but it's back with Tielemans. He took a slip on the Villa turf. Shot was blocked there by Porro. He's got Maatsen with him for support. Tries to thread a hole. Maatsen now has the ball, and that'll be a Tottenham throw. Came off Maatsen last. Sorry, Ian. But as I said, now with 15 minutes to go, this is the time when Emery now starts to make some more substitutions. He's only made 1 so far.
You're talking about Emery or Zerbi?
Emery. The Zerbi's done good work today. And the ironic thing is, you know, I can't even say that it's been a De Zerbi masterclass tactically. It's just that Villa have been absolutely awful. But attempted pass there from Cash, intercepted by Van de Ven, and Van de Ven is quick, and he's onto it like a flash. And that's the thing. You have when you get a manager who plays with this sort of a fast up tempo way, it seems to suit players like Van de Ven a lot more. And at your best under Ange, you were playing some absolutely beautiful football. So to go from that to managers like Frank and Tudor, that was just suicide. I'm sorry to use that term, but it's the truth.
But it is what it is, right? We got stupid owners who do stupid things, right? That's why Daniel Levy's been sacked, right? He's out of the club. Let's hope the Lewises know what to do. But then they ain't proving any better because in January they didn't buy enough players to back whatever manager that comes in, right? But, you know, yeah, the quality of the managers were bad, right? The first 2. But De Zerbi has shown that, you know, he needs to find a way to get the best out of players. The players, we all know, right? The players are not that shit, but they've been really shit. So there's a slight chance you can improve it, right? We do have some quality players, but you have to take it into account the injuries that we do have, right? We do have hell of a lot of injuries.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Maybe Madison can come back in the last 2 games. You get what I'm saying?
I think he can, and he could possibly make a difference.
Yeah. I know maybe, you know, it will be like 1-1 at Chelsea and all that, bring on Madison and score the winning goal. Right, then that would be some sort of a history-making kind of thing.
Rodgers hoping for a corner, he's not getting it, and this is where I don't like Rodgers at times. He can be very, very petulant, very angry, and you know, if he's not careful, he could end up getting booked.
It's young, right? He needs to. Yep, he does get booked. Yep, he's been booked.
Sorry, Rodgers clearly came off your foot. Yep. Yeah, so basically on Twitter, I'm reading a few what the hell was that from Kinski?
Bozo moment time. Right, Bozo moment time, right? 1-0. Right? No, you kick it out like that, right? What did Kinski do that for?
All right, reading this on Twitter.
Yeah, Spurs are starting to have their bozo moments, right? In the 78th minute or so, or 77th minute, right? We got to stop these bozo moments, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but Danso with some good defending, and he was pulled back there by Rodgers, but Spurs playing on with the advantage. And an interception there by Maatsen, and that'll be the Spurs throw. This team really looks disjointed. And several of these players will have to be sold.
They're giving the ball away again. Come on.
So on Twitter, De Zerbi is no genius, but he's not blind. He sees how pressing Villa disrupts them, so he has his team do what so many others have. Just like Fulham at Craven Cottage last weekend, just run and run and run and give the players no time. And yeah, that is exactly when you have players playing that quickly and that disruptively, it can really cause Villa a lot of problems. It's just some slow build-up play, and they're not really able to maintain their composure.
All right, Richarlison goes down. No, he's up again. No. Don't turn this into a curse or some shit.
And this time, Palhinha's aggression gets the better of him.
All right, do a free kick. I need it. Laughing it off. All right, Villa's going to go for the long one.
Yep, Tielemans with the free kick. Coming up to 10 minutes left, plus some stoppages. Well, he's obviously sent it out wide. And that is with, well, there was a foul there on Udogie from the looks of it. Tyrone Mings. Another player whose best days are behind him. Oh boy.
What did Mings do now?
He hauled down Udogie. And now it's Bailey and Buendia. Like they're going to do very much to affect this game. And now the Villa fans are saying they've had enough. They're leaving with 10 minutes to go. I don't like this. I don't like people leaving with time to go in the game in the balance. I don't like it.
It's a good thing, right? Our Spurs fans leave too. So
I don't like it, whoever it is. Especially if it's Arsenal fans. I criticize them. I have to criticize fans of every single fan base who do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so great pass from Tielemans, finds Watkins, but Danso sticking to him like glue. Somehow it finds its way to Jadon Sancho, but the referee does award a free kick. Doesn't feel comfortable playing the advantage there. Yeah, Danso basically holding on to Watkins.
Right. There's a fire drill. Yeah, there's a fire drill. Is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill?
You've got Chelsea and Everton to play in your run-in next.
Leeds. No, Leeds
yes.
first. After Leeds, then it's Chelsea and Everton. Everton's the last game. So I don't know. Just have to take every game into this, right? So now we're up 2-0 at Villa Park. Right? It's gone into the 82nd minute now. Right.
And Spurs have a chance to try and nab Villa on the counter-attack. It's 3 against 3 at the moment, but the cavalry comes back just in time.
Spurs don't know how to counter-attack. I've been telling you this for how long?
Yeah, you've told me.
Yeah. No, but things that, slow the game down. Keep possession of the ball. Right? Pragmatism has taken over, right? Yeah, Danso, what a player, right? He stood up when the rest of wilted player, right? Player of the season.
And this is probably where De Zerbi might end up being a success, because it's one thing to be able to want to play fast attacking football, but you've got to get the balance right between having a need to be just knowing when to be aggressive and when to be pragmatic.
Then the Spurs get the corner. Woohoo! And then we're going to play it. Slow the game down. Guys, if you slow the game down, right, it goes into added time, right? So added time will be added up, right? You don't want another 5 minutes at a time. Come on, you Spurs. I'm on you, Spurs. All right,
Yep.
you can do it.
Borrow with the corner, right foot away swinger. Hoping to find a header, but that's sort of straight at Martinez. But that wasn't an easy grab, mind you. And Martinez now with a long pass, hoping to find a teammate. It doesn't. Sancho sends it back to Cash, and
All right.
I mean, I really feel for people like Rich Sutherland from the Villa Park podcast who's doing a watch along right now. I can just imagine him tearing his hair out at the way things have gone.
Yeah. But we got Richie down? No, he's back up. Oh no. Tielemans breaks through. Here comes Villa. And it goes out for a corner. All right. Looks like good defending at the moment. Looks like good defending.
Yep.
Comes in, headed out by Richarlison.
And that'll be a goal kick for Spurs. So you don't have an easy run in. Leeds look good. Chelsea will just also want to try and get one up on you. But if we take a look at West Ham's run in, they play us. Yep, and now he makes subs with 5 minutes to go. Barkley off, Buendia on. Sancho off and Bailey on. And those two Bs are not going to buzz and make a difference, let me tell you. West Ham are going to play Arsenal, Newcastle, and end it against Leeds. So Leeds will be the team that decides the relegation battle at this rate.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right. But let's see if we can pull away from them. That's a different thing, right? If, let's say, West Ham draws the next game and we win the next game, we should be clear about 4 points. If I'm not mistaken.
And that's the thing. Like, this is now Spurs at their best. They're aggressive. They don't even need to necessarily worry about having to defend because they know that Villa is spent. Emery is also mentally spent. Making subs with only 5 minutes to go. Jesus Christ. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but I have a very soft spot for Unai Emery. I believe he was very badly, treated at Arsenal. And I always enjoy seeing him succeed. Not when it's at our expense, but even then I say, you know what? It's karma at times.
Yeah, give the man a break, right? So once in a while he can make some bad mistakes, right? But it is what it is.
No,
right?
but the problem is, Eugene, the reason why people criticize him is that, there's a pattern to it. It's like near the end of the season, he starts trying something a little bit new, and it backfires horribly. And you can't, as a manager, be the type of person who always ends up being so dependent on your first teamers all the time.
Yeah, the thing is that, Emery's playing with a real high line, bro.
He always plays with high line. We know that.
And they're pressuring, right? Of course they're pressuring. We're up
No,
2-0.
that's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick now. Van der Ven doing some excellent defensive work. And you can see right now the players are responding to him. So it just makes sense. If you hadn't have sacked, I'm going to die on this hill and say that if you hadn't have sacked Ange Postecoglou, you wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place. That was complete.
I've been trying to tell the Spurs fans that, right? But they don't want to believe it, right? They want to blame him for everything, but not praise him for the trophy and bringing a winning mentality to the squad.
That's
and then you sack the man that brought that mentality, right? What do you expect the next guy to come in, right? Who has not done anything? So,
exactly. I mean, I've seen a lot of Spurs YouTubers, really happy with the start you had to this season under Frank, saying that they were so happy they got rid of that useless Australian git and happy to have brought in a proper manager.
Saying, right? This karma, right? You got to go through all this pain and suffering, right? And then survive relegation and then have a bus parade for it. What a bunch of.
I don't think you're going to have a bus parade for it, but if you do survive relegation, you are going to have a lot of.
Manny,
You are
Manny,
going to
watch it, Manny. Right, our club is going to milk every single cent out of it.
Especially if we don't win anything, you lot are going to have a field day. But a parade, I think that's going to be a bit much, yeah.
It's corner.
Because I mean,
all right.
look at it this way. How shameful!
88 minutes now.
How shameful would it be to go from celebrating being Europa champions to celebrating just avoiding relegation? I mean, that would be ridiculous. Oh, a header there, and Mings sends it over. And Mings is on the floor, injured.
Right.
Oh, if he had just gotten that down, he might have had Kinski in trouble.
All right. What happened there? Bump into his own player.
No, he bumped into one of yours.
All right. Richarlison. Oh, it's okay. He gets up. All right. At a time. 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
We'll find out. There are 30 seconds to go where I'm standing.
Yeah. Everything seems to be right, peaceful, calm.
And another substitution. Richarlison going off and Sarr coming on. Bergvall also coming on. I wonder who he's replaced.
Richarlison is down injured, so all right, Richarlison is down injured.
This should have been the game for Villa to secure Champions League football, and they completely mucked it up to them.
At a time, Bergwall, Sarr is on. Gallagher is still there. Who came off? 5 minutes at a time. They're really into it. So it's going to be taking 6 minutes now. Showing Gallagher's shot. Five minutes at a time. Tell and Richarlison is off.
Yep. Maybe Villa can snatch a consolation and put hearts in mouths.
We've got 4 in the midfield. Actually 5 at the back. Because we've got Spence and
there's a big telltale sign here. Unai isn't even as animated as he'd normally be when the performance isn't good. So you have a point. He's putting his eggs into the semi-final basket. But I've seen him, with have that at Arsenal. He could have had both top 4 and Europa League, and he ended up with nothing. If he makes the same mistake again, the man is quite literally a glutton for punishment, and he cannot be defended.
I know if he makes the same mistakes again, then he deserves what he gets, right? That's all I'm going to say. But all I'm going to say now is that, right, the focus is on the cup, right? Right? All I'm going to say is thank you, Unai, right? Thank you for your service. Right? And we really hope you win the Europa League and get a trophy and end up in the Champions League, right?
And I'm sure you'll also be hoping that he wins the Europa League and we end up with nothing, yeah?
Yeah. That's another thing too. Right. Maybe to tell the truth, right? All these years, right? Actually, you look like you deserve it, but somehow or another, how you say? All right.
We soil our underwear. Simple as that.
Yep, that's true. Yes, we're gonna win this. There's no scumbagging here. But you have to be realistic about it. Villa was actually focused on us at all, right? They gave this game up when they went 1-0 down against Forest, right? That's true. So we're lucky. We're out of the relegation zone, right? The most important thing is that don't get our heads up too high in the air, right? Because we're still in a relegation battle, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Yes, but you do have some light at the end of the tunnel.
It's been quality.
Just when you, because, I mean, like, here's the thing. I'll tell you what. You've ironically got to thank Frank's successor for helping you out, beating West Ham over the.
That's true. Beating them convincingly too, right?
There was even a comment on Dan's stream last night which said Frank's successor did more for Tottenham than Frank ever did.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
What's gone here?
Yeah. All right, come on,
Yeah.
right? One more minute. Give it to us. 2-0 Spurs. Clean sheet again. Is it clean sheet again? Yeah.
Yep, clean sheet.
All right.
Time for a Villa consolation, or will they muck this up again? 30 seconds left. I think the referee might just give them this courtesy.
No, I think it's more than that.
Spence there with a needless foul on Rodgers. I think Villa will be allowed to take this free kick.
Yeah, they should be. I think they should be at least 1 minute extra.
Yellow card for Conor Gallagher. And the referee lets them take the throw. But I think that's going to be all they'll get now. Well, I'm not saying this as an Arsenal fan, but I'm saying this as someone who really does like Unai Emery a lot. Ooh, a consolation, and it's Emi Buendia.
Yeah.
Too little, too late. Where the hell was this earlier in the game?
All right.
And once again, Emi Buendia gets the headlines against Spurs. It was a glorious winner at the Tottenham Stadium earlier in the season. This time around, it's a useless consolation goal. I think Kinski's slipping didn't really help him. But hey, now you know that Aston Villa are always capable of scoring late goals at Villa Park, and that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah, what to do? It's 2-1.
So it doesn't help your goal difference, but listen, you've got the 3 points, and that's all you need.
Yeah, that's true. Come on, don't bungle it up, right?
You can't bungle it up from here. Come on. Yep. It's over. Aston Villa 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Sure? Eva Man haven't said it yet. All right, Eva Man says for the time. Yes, we've won. Yeah, we won. Right, yes, I told you we were going to win, right? But we didn't scumbag it. Yeah, more or less it's a 2-1, right? But it wasn't a scumbag. It was quite a good performance from us. But we had to take into account Villa's focus wasn't on beating us, to be honest. It wasn't on beating us. So 3 points. We are above the relegation zone. We are 1 point ahead of West Ham at the moment. Another 3 more games to go, bro. That's all I'm going to say. 3 more games to go, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
The next watch along will be totally deluded, right? You're going to be totally deluded.
No, but here's the thing. If you're smart, you're not going to take this for granted because, as you said, this was a dreadful performance by, a Villa team that really just weren't interested, and it disgusted me a lot watching that. But, like I said, but credit to you lot, you did what you had to do, and you saw it through without exemption, as Frank Sinatra would say. Maybe you didn't quite necessarily do it your way, but you did, and full credit. But Villa, if you want that Europa League, you better fix things up and fix things up quickly. But as far as your Champions League table aspirations are concerned, you put yourself in a little bit of trouble because Bournemouth are going to be determined.
It's good, right? Like I said, right? Thank you, Unai Emery, for your service, right? And we have to move on from there. After that, right, it's Leeds, right? And we hope that Leeds will do us a good service too, right? By not beating us, right? And let us win, right? So I guess they are safe. And let's see whether we can move on from this and not fall into the championship. That's all I'm going to say. 3 more games to go. Totally diluted streams coming up after
Most
this.
away points in the Premier League this season, Spurs have 26. So you take a look at your away form, you've actually done very well. But when you've played at home, it's like you've been homesick. It reminds me of that joke. How can you be homesick when you live at home? And that's the joke.
No, that's not a joke. The home is cursed at the moment. So we need to break that curse. That's all. Right.
And you know what caused it? Enoch and Daniel Levy.
Yeah, but Daniel Levy is gone. Enoch is still here. So being Spurs fans, right, show your displeasure. But of course, at the moment now, let's focus on getting through this 3 more games, right? Treat it like last season as the final. I'll be starting doing the totally diluted, right, staying up, right, shows from now on. Yeah. All right, Mani, any last thoughts before we go? Because it'll be 4 a.m. here in Malaysia.
Yep, I'll be very quick. Well done to Tottenham, Aston Villa, Unai Emery. Shame on you. Fix yourself up fast if you want to get what you want to get. And with that, I will also say that the last time you beat Villa at Villa Park, Villa still went on to reach the Champions League. So there is still some hope for them, but they better fix up very quickly.
All right. And all I can say is, come on, you Spurs. 3 more games to go. Take care, everyone. All right. Have a good day. Don't forget, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.